Fire Emblem! Engage! Close. This ends now. I had to stop you.
For Bunet!
Now I'm angry. You put up a good fight.
There is no escape. Bye-bye now.
Feel what I feel. I hope I've done well.
Hello,
Fire Emblem?
everyone.
Engage.
Wow, I jumped on right as the class roll was stopping. I thought I was going to go through all the classes. So I was also noticing that with the Tamara, they gave her a javelin, funnily enough, for her demonstration for her combat. Which I find very silly because that's like a heavy weapon. And the big thing I always see people talk about is, well, Tamara and her con stat, am I right? Or build, I guess it's better called. Let's get that out of the way. But glad to see all of you. Welcome back. Gonna give it just a sec longer. Let everyone make sure they trickle in. Hey, turn back on. I'm not done with you. There we go. Okay, I can still reach out over here, that's right. So we get the funny unit now, the unit everyone really likes, which is going to be hype. Oh, and just like with last stream, there's going to be some people joining. Get everything set and ready to go. We're going to definitely have, let's see, we have Robin joining us again. We're going to have Luna joining us again. Everyone say hi Robin, say hi Luna.
Hi Robin, hi Luna.
Hi Robin, hi Luna.
I should probably share my screen with you two. So, are you both ready to get the funny unit that everyone really likes?
I think it's time
I
for
think
a
it
girl.
may be time.
So, I've done most of my preps and everything that I need to do. The only things I didn't do... I I thought about doing some engravings, but I don't think I did any. I wasn't sure if there was anything I really wanted to forge or engrave yet. At the moment.
Yeah, real quick, someone in chat saying that one of us is too loud.
Oh, let's see.
I don't know who though.
It's probably me again if I were to hazard a guess.
I like hearing Robin's voice, so I tend to turn you up pretty loud. How about that?
Hello, hello.
How does that sound, everyone?
Do I sound better?
Yeah.
Cool. Not everyone can handle
Okay,
Robin's
cool.
I hope-
voice.
I hope I also sound good.
And yeah, we do have a
So-
ponytail at the moment because I like this outfit and I like the ponytail.
Well, the ponytail is
So I
superior.
was, yeah, I was listening back to the previous VOD, and I made a
Oh.
realization: is it just me, or do Luna and I have very similar voices?
I think the way
Is
that
that
it comes out on recording is similar.
I think the way it's coming
Mhm.
through Discord kind of makes it sound a little similar-ish, just because they're both coming through a Discord channel.
Yeah.
I usually throw like an improvement on this because I use the Liberation everywhere, and Alir's going to be in a sword class, so like might as well.
Yeah, I usually kind of throw it up to like +3 or so.
That's usually the plan. I don't have the resources for that yet, but I usually forge it up to like 2, 3, depending how funny I'm feeling. As far as engravings go, what all do we have access to? We have these 3. This was just kind of all around really good, I guess.
Yeah, beginnings and holy are both really good.
Just
Yeah,
kind of
they're just
solid.
kinda-
I don't really know what you do with the echoes engraving.
Oh, echoes can be fun. Mainly just like, I mean, +50 crit avoid is just like you're never gonna say no to that. But like on a unit who
Minus
like
one weight
already
is
has, huh?
And -1 weight is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my thing is like if you have a unit who already has the damage output, like they already have the high attack stat, you just want the lower weight.
That could be nice. And again, like you're never getting crit while you have that.
Yeah.
Do I have the materials to no, not engrave that. Forging. I don't think I have enough materials to do much of anything, but I mean, what does this give again? Extra hits appreciated.
Yeah, the Marth and Sigurd engraves have no penalties.
We'll do like
They're just-
that
I'll be here.
slowly.
They're just built different.
I'll decide on the engraves after we get Micaiah as well, and we can do like all 4 of them at one time. I don't think I'll be desperately needing it that badly. Plus, it'll give me time to think about what it's actually gonna be. Oh boy, it's time for Fog. What if someone made a whole game where you played the whole game in Fog of War? I think that'd be awesome.
That
Whoa,
would be
that's
pretty
crazy.
ridiculous. I think it would be actually, I think it would be pretty funny if during a random map they use the torch staff and revealed like 17 cavaliers.
Oh god, if only it was 17 Cavaliers.
How many was it?
I don't remember. I thought it was more like 25 or 30. Okay, I think I did most of my preps already, so everyone should be geared up and ready to go for the most part. Yeah, looks like everyone's
Yeah.
already ready to...
Just catch your dishes.
Oh, did I...
So we're gonna great sacrifice grind Micaiah on this map, right?
I definitely want to do... I'm hoping for 2 great sacrifices at least, because there's this emblem pool over here. Just to like get as
Yeah.
many levels on you as possible, because I want to get you into a promoted class. I don't think
Yeah.
I bought a torch staff, but I don't really have anyone here I want to like torch grind on, so I don't really think I have a need for it that badly. I'm probably still gonna
Yeah.
buy it. Actually, not being able to walk into fog tiles, I want the torch.
It is nifty to have for sure.
I just think it's neat. Or, I'm sorry, the Illume Staff. Here we go. Let's
We
buy
can't be simple and call it the torch staff. No.
I can kind of appreciate them trying to give it like a more flavorful name.
Yeah, it looks neat.
Illume. There we go. So, Sigurd is still on you.
Oh.
I gave Alfred level 10 Marth just so he can run around with this for a sec. Just to kind of get him some more levels. Because you're about to get Micaiah. We get the Edelgard ring after this one, so you're going to get the Edelgard ring glued to you. And then, as soon as we get Yunaka, we're probably putting a level 10 Marth on Yunaka until Lapis shows up, just to get as much EXP on Yunaka as possible. So, he was just chosen. I think I picked you because you're lower level and you have slightly less SP than Louis, so you get to be the lucky Mercurius target. I want Louis up front. I want Ronder up front. I think something like this almost.
Also, if Luna and I are quiet for a little while, apologies. Somebody sent a Fire Blue Characters bingo card in his server, and now the both of us are making one for ourselves.
Don't save over that one.
Yeah, this is yeah, just a cute little thing where you like put your favorite FE characters.
It's just literally just putting some of your favorites on a bingo card and seeing seeing if other people can get bingo.
Oh, that's fun. I'll have to make one of those whenever I'm done.
Yeah.
So here's my thing about Thief in this game. Like,
I was about to go off on Thief as well.
I am your weapon.
If you wanted, like, you know, because all the other classes have split promotions, they gave Yunaka staves on this map. Why not make and Yunaka has like a decent magic stat. Why not make Trickster a class that Thief can promote into?
Well, that'd
like,
be really cool, actually.
It feels so obvious.
But no. Javelin!
No.
Trickster Assassin.
Or yeah, Trickster Assassin.
Yeah.
Yunaka and Zilpah.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
that would
ask.
make sense.
Look at that extra hit rate on that Javelin, because we forged it, baby.
Yeah.
I was going to be very
You
upset
were
about
beautiful
this.
while you lasted.
Trickster and Assassin are really cool classes too, especially in their more recent iterations of Assassin.
What's our move?
Here. Might actually have you...
I mean, I guess if you think about it, wouldn't a Trickster basically just be Salene's personal class?
No, because Saline doesn't have daggers.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm right. No, you're absolutely right. I'm being silly.
Whoopsie daisies. I like to know I was going to
I
do
guess it would be more similar to like Maid Butler from Fates, but
Yeah. I think you.
I know the longbow is down here, so I want to get my hands on that because longbow.
and then having Assassin with like daggers and bows would be hype.
Probably have you fight these
Ketra,
guys.
Sonya.
I also know there's a Thunder
Yes.
Mage up here, so I want to like bait him over here to like attack Chloé.
Power blooms in me.
Yeah, more coverts would be nice. I do hope they expand on like the subclasses thing because it's a neat little mechanic.
Oh, I really like the subclass
All
thing. I
right.
think it's a pretty fun idea.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Bonk this guy. Momentum.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Knife. I like how this guy has like a whole kill animation as if he's a boss.
We got the ring.
Yippee! Who's ready for some great sacrificing, baby?
Woo!
Oh, speaking of the subclasses thing,
I am.
I made a list just in my free time out of my own curiosity because I have this compulsive need to make a list out of things for some reason. And I made a list of like all the different class types and how many subclasses for each one there was. And that's whenever I was reminded that there's like 3 key adepts, one of which being dancer. There's like 2 coverts, or like 3 coverts if you count archer and sniper.
Yeah. Or well, Alcryst personal class, right?
Oh,
like,
Alcryst personal class too. I always forget about that one.
If you're just going off of, like promoted classes.
Looks like our cover's blown.
Yeah, it's very much weighted in favor of like cavalry and backup, which I guess kind of makes sense, but
I remember
yeah.
cavalry having the most, even if you don't split the different classes into like sword cav, lance cav, sword axe great knight, lance axe great knight. Even if you don't split those up, cav still has the most.
8, 12,
Yeah.
Which is a little upsetting because
16,
cav is like
20.
kind of the most boringest out of all the subclasses because it's just you get a point of movement
Yeah.
and that's it.
Well, yeah, and the I think the part of the
12,
subclasses
16.
and how they work so well is with the emblem bonuses, right? Like,
Yeah. I don't remember what kind of
like
stuff.
someone pointed it out. Someone pointed it out in chat. Like Mage Knight not getting mystical bonuses is like a big deal.
Yeah.
56.
Oh, I forgot this isn't fixed growth, so I didn't pay attention to the Alfred level.
60.
But he got speed. That's epic.
64,
Yeah.
8,
What number are you counting to?
76 characters that I had saved for the ones I like.
Almost 776.
Not quite.
Gib longbow. Okay, something about Engage UI, I think I already ranted about this, but I'm going to do it again. That after you trade, it puts your cursor like one below the trade option, which is usually wait. And that throws me off every time I play. Oh boy, I think...
So I'm gonna do the
I think we
7x7
this
grid.
way. Or I can have... Well, I'll probably have her deal with him, so that way... Or I can do it from over here. Nope, equip that. I remember there's more guys over here, but I don't remember exactly which guys are over here. Oh, I do like the cab subclass is just, you get a point of movement. They don't get any kind of extra special sauce or anything, because your sauce
Yeah.
is you get movement.
The sauce is you are good.
Yeah. There are a couple of the emblem cavalry bonuses that are like really good. Like obviously they're Sigurd. But did you know that Byleth, the rally dex that cavalry units get with Byleth is plus 10?
Lots of hit rate.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Like plus 20 hit is kind of crazy.
Me when the reliability. We better use the shine mechanic while we have it.
Well,
Yeah.
famous mechanic Shine,
Yeah.
where you can.
Hey,
So-
you can use it in the Gris fog map. Not that you would.
True.
It is an option. I don't really know if there's any actual difference between
I won't forget
like
you.
I pick my edits versus units. I guess edits tends to have like other stuff besides just unit build suggested. It's like,
Well, pick my edits is typically like modding the game.
which I do not feel like trying to do.
Yeah.
Go get a
Pick my
boosh!
units is more so just, you know, you're like
Just pick
actually
builds.
yeah, you're just creating builds.
Ow.
I will protect you.
Mercury EXP.
So I can center that a bit better.
Look out, Louis, he's got a knife!
soon you'll be using those. And nothing else.
Louis takes 0 damage from this thief and says, huh, I should try that.
I'm gonna do you one better, bud.
It'll be different when I use it. I'll do it better, trust. Here, Klon and Boucheron can team up to fight this guy.
I'll take this.
Hey! Something I wish, because your promotions for Mage are Sage and Mage Knight, and I guess this would kind of step on Salene's toes, but I really wish there was like a War Mage class, like the 54 War Mage, because I like War
I mean,
Mage.
I feel like
that is just Saline.
You wouldn't have
I was
staff
gonna say, I feel like-
access.
I can still do more.
I don't think they would have staffs. It would just be swords and tomes, because you go
Or-
tomes and staves if you want Sage, and then sword tome if you want War Mage.
I'll never.
Well, I
yield.
was also thinking like it could be like Mage Knight where you choose swords, lances, axes. Like I guess like Mage Knight, but it trades the movement for mystical bonuses. I guess.
Yeah, or I hate saying got the Mage Knight class because like the Mage Knight, the horse gets a little hat. Like that's
Yeah.
awesome. I love the horse getting a hat. Jingard, where are all the
I
people?
mean, Mage Knight being good in this game is cool.
Hello. Where did
Hi.
everybody go?
Right here.
Fine.
I thought I remember there being more enemies. Where's all the guys?
No, this map's like
Hey.
I think they didn't want to go too crazy with the first fog map, which I'm not gonna complain.
Oh, there's more enemies up here. That's what I'm thinking of. There's like a group of enemies up in this area, I think. Here, I have the emblem. I might as well. I paid for the whole Celica
yeah, that's
ring.
true.
Use the whole Celica ring.
When are we gonna get Troubadours back?
There's not
In
troubadours
the
in this
FP4
game.
remake.
There's no Troubadour. We haven't had Troubadour since Fates.
Oh right. I didn't think about that. That's upsetting. I like troubadours.
My apologies.
I mean,
we
I
did
guess
have
there's
Valkyrie
like
as DLC and Echoes. Or not Echoes, Three Houses.
yeah,
Oh,
and Three Houses also has Holy Knight, which is like kind of
almost
there too.
Oh yeah, the pink hair on Chloe looks really nice. I really like this pink hair on just about anyone. I really like it on Saline. It's one of my favorites. It looks very nice. All I have left... Do I want to great sacrifice this turn, or... Because I might want to like throw knives at this guy to speed up the process a little bit. If I wait one more turn, Vander might take damage. Then that's more great sacrifice EXP. So with that being said, we're gonna wait. No, the shine area is going down. Get hit, 69%. Hey! I'm so happy Chloe was able to set up the kill for our Jagan. I found the guy.
Yeah. The guy.
I'm the guy.
No way.
Uh-oh, here they come. There we go. So we player phase into this. I guess that doesn't really do anything for me. We'll just do like this. Whack him. I think it'd be funny if the momentum didn't keep up properly and you could just like rock left and right a couple of tiles and then attack something. And it's like, wow,
Oh, that'd be
So suddenly you have 6 tiles
Well,
of
so-
momentum built up.
well. So the funny thing about that is Momentum Plus doesn't have a cap.
So you can just sit here and just wiggle the D-pad until you have 12 momentum damage.
I bet they had fun fucking with that during testing before they implemented, like, before they had it tracking your movement properly.
Yeah. Oh, something that trips me up is I did not know this for the longest time. Well, okay, to preface, I did know that most Fire Emblem games keep up with like the shortest possible path for your
Isn't this
units.
your lucky
Oh, I want you to get damaged. Okay, that works.
You were beautiful while you lasted.
It keeps up with the shortest path possible. It doesn't like the game internally keeps track of like what's the fewest number of tiles it would have taken to get to the location. Apparently, 3 houses does not do that.
No, it doesn't.
It will just whatever line you trace to get there. That's how much movement it costed for you to get there.
Thanks, Three Houses. It's very cool.
And I did not realize that for the longest time. But yeah, it just
It's especially notable for because that game has Super Kanto.
yeah.
So like, you need to do your movement properly, or else you'll get less tiles from Kanto.
Wow, EXP.
Look at all that juice.
All
Beautiful.
the juice.
Oh my gosh, she's popping off.
Oh my, she's so good.
She's so zappy.
Good unit. Hey,
Good
+1
unit
strength
alert.
and magic. She really wants to be an arts user.
Hey, that's +1 damage with arts.
Yeah.
Woo! Let's illuminate a little bit. Oh, I guess I could have lit the torch right next to me. Well, now I feel like I have to justify purchasing this thing.
Well, you could save it for the later fog maps.
Or I could buy another one.
Or you could save it for the later fog maps. You can use both of them on the later fog maps.
So you're telling me to just use both?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fog
You can
maps in
save
this
it for
game.
our many.
There's so many.
Yeah, the many. We can think of all the experience we get on our many staff users.
Real. There's so many staffers.
We got like 4.
I cannot believe I am reading heresy in my chat right now. Yunaka bad. I still don't like her. Where is everyone's
Where's
sense
him?
of whimsy?
Y'all are haters. That's all there is to it.
Yunaka's so silly.
Listen, I
She's
do
so
love
filled
Yunaka.
with whimsy and joy.
I do have to say though, the experience of using Yunaka on hard mode in my first playthrough and then jumping into maddening, where she is
Yeah.
significantly worse,
Shock
very
to
a
the
little
system.
disappointing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt to use her on maddening. Also, I do think I did not care for her like on her very first impression. I thought she was kind of annoying, but I warmed up to her pretty quick
Still in
That's
with her supports.
that's kind of my relation with a lot of units in this game. Like I thought they were kind of annoying at first, but then I'm like, never mind. You're not actually that bad. You're actually kind of cool. Although, long-term Yunaka is really annoying. I will admit to that, because you have to somehow get her out of Thief, which is longbow.
Yeah, getting Yunaka out of Thief is like,
Oh.
yeah. Short term, she's like
We fight for peace.
really good though.
Tasty emblem juice.
Oh, shit.
Here, you do like, hey, we can echo. I keep holding the wrong button.
I'm calling those emblem juice from now on. Thank you.
Tasty emblem juice. Echo. That's the name of that game I really like.
That's the name of the video game.
Need
That
points
was
to
a
get the
video game.
Tiki. Woo! Go get him!
Look, guys, look! It's my greatest
all
achievement.
flowers eventually
Wario
die.
Land 4 on the Game Boy Advance.
Wow. Oh yeah, arts are weird in this game. Yeah, I kind of, because they're kind of the replacement for brawling that we got. Because now brawling is no longer a thing. I guess the idea was it gives your healers a means of combat without like making them combat units.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's similar in that role to like daggers and Telius.
Meanwhile, sages can still use stabs anyways.
Hey, I do like that.
Well,
the
I mean, like-
pre-promoted sages only have knives. I do like that.
Well, I also like thieves, right?
Yeah, like they technically have
no,
combat.
I wasn't talking about it in Tele. I was talking about it in this game.
Oh.
Well, the other thing about arts is that like they have the break utility, right? Like,
Yeah, you can run up and like punch a guy like an archer.
which is why I'm pretty sure Alir gets arts, is because like it's not meant to be a damage thing, it's meant to add to their utility.
It's a utility.
Hmm.
So let's see, you have 5 movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Just get a little peek ahead. I know the boss is on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you have base class is 4 movement, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So that should be a safe tile to stand on. And we'll bait the boss here in a sec. Oh, hi, person.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Let's do. We'll patch you up.
Oh, wait,
We'll patch you
that's
up.
funny.
What happened?
Today I learned that Libra from Awakening, his official art, has him using the bolt axe.
That's epic.
Let's be
It's
careful.
canon.
That's pretty neat.
More emblem juice. Hey, Mr. Archer. Guess what? Guess who's about to become delicious Mercurius EXP?
Yummy, yummy in my tummy.
Doubles EXP gained while equipped. Oh, another funny thing you can kind of do with arts is because Divinely Inspiring is true damage. No matter how low damage your brawler is gonna do, you just put them next to a Leer and they'll always do at least 3 times 2, which doing damage lets you break. So you don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah, helpful for From and Jean.
Alright, Sean.
My goat, John Fire Emblem. You didn't forget about him, right?
We're gonna get him eventually. I'm trying to decide the routing on this that I want to do. Because I think...
He got drafted, right?
yeah, definitely. Of course, yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say, I don't remember Jean getting drafted.
He wasn't.
You put the units in the description, okay.
Yeah, I threw all the units down in the description because I forgot to make a cool overlay because I was busy doing stuff. So, oops, there's no cool overlay for them. Mercurius! Zwoosh! He got drafted as a punching bag in the arena.
Aww.
As he often does.
Should I really be here?
Should I really
I'm Jean. Should I really be here?
At least he's self-aware. Here, we'll give...
You can put the rest of the weapons on here.
We'll just fly this way.
You... Wait. I did put so many on there.
So let's try something. You bonk this guy. Leaving John at base level so we can be a level 1 arena opponent is one of the funniest things ever. Here, we're just...
Leaving John at level 1 so you can style on the final boss, you mean?
Yeah.
Denny has shown me a clip of somebody doing that. It's very epic.
That's so cool. Ow. Vander, no. What do we think of the conspiracy theory that reclassing wasn't in the design of Engage and was thrown in last minute?
Never heard of that, actually.
I don't think it...
Stay strong.
I don't think it was like a last minute addition. I think...
My guess is the idea there
entirely
comes from,
true.
like...
I can still fight.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of, like, where that would come from, actually. I guess there's, like,
Where
that
Joffrey
everyone can
would-
become everything. easily, kind of, if you just like buy.
I
pawn
can do
ranks.
anything.
Where do I want to put people? Because I want to bonk this mage. Also, I get that line now because I played that game, so now I know what you're talking about when you say that.
Don't forget to do a
Great sacrifice.
Another
for the
great
Muffins.
sacrifice. Yeah.
How much hit do you have on me? 63. Well, surely we'll dodge, right?
Can't you just like canter out of range?
I could.
If you attack from the right.
I could just do like
Hello?
this. Everyone funnel up this way now. I guess I don't really need to move everyone, but I want to.
Okay.
I actually really hope he goes for... Oh, maybe I can bait him into going for Chloé.
I mean, Chloé.
That way I can Mercurius him. How much do you do? 25. That is an exact kill. So he must take a little sip. Here, go for Chloé. Or Chloé. I had someone that I worked with for a while named Chloé, and then I ended up really liking the name Chloé. So
Nice.
So now I'm used to saying it that way.
Yeah.
Oh no, she got.
I've had a surprising number of coworkers who share names with FE characters.
I don't think I've ever worked with a Chloé. I did have a boss named Robin though. That was neat.
Wow.
Wow.
Let's see. How else you do as Mercurius? Oh, you do a little bit of damage. Hey, longbow! Pew! Oh, that's tragic. So let's see. We'll do just a little bit more chipping. I guess I'll feed like this kill to you. We'll get this kill EXP on you. Explode. Whoop. Here, now I guess we'll do a... Oh, I wonder if I can attack someone into him to take damage.
Oh, almost certainly.
Let's
like
see.
Boosh.
How much damage do I need
Boosh.
to do? I do 25 here. So I need to do 13 damage.
Retweet if you're a real boosh bag.
So like what? Boosh and then Saline probably?
Yeah. Boosh them like saline. Here, we'll do both.
To maximize the number of damage units for Yunaka.
Boosh run level up!
Yeah!
Woo! Look at him go!
Whoa!
He's booshing out.
He's so boosh-tastic.
If only we could actually use him long term.
It's booshin' time. Okay, so none of this has a chance to crit, so we don't accidentally kill him.
He's boosherific, honestly.
Boucheron is... I remember using Boucheron a lot my first playthrough, and the only way I can remember describing him is like, imagine the most mid-combat unit you can ever think of. Boucheron!
Alright, now we can Great Sacrifice.
Now we click the Give Me EXP button. Womp, 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 womp. Tasty. Yeah! Another level up! Boucheron versus Geese! Boucheron would
Okay, hey, that's mean. That's mean to Boucheron.
Boucheron would never be Geese.
Geese
Yeah, that's
is
an
so
insult
ass.
to the boosh.
Doing that playthrough of what is it? That Death Roulette playthrough made me realize just how awful Geese is.
Yeah, because like you got to a point where you had to like grind him up to use him.
I trained him to like
It's
level
funny.
19-1 in the arena in chapter 17, and he was still so nothing.
Like,
Wait,
he's
did I
like
tell that?
stealthily one of the worst units in the game. Like, he doesn't
Yeah, 'cause
look
he's-
like it.
He's just like mediocre at everything.
He's like mediocre at strength, and then like kind of bad in some stuff, and then like abysmal overall. He's worse than the sum of his parts.
Yeah.
Anyways, we did it. We got 2 whole great sacrifices and a bunch of Mercurius EXP.
Wait, did I put
Tasty.
Rinka on here already? How could I not have Rinka Fire Emblem on my bingo card?
Bingo? That's the name of that hand axe we forged in Maniac mode.
That's the name of my iconic Chow that people keep wanting to fucking punt.
I would never
I forgot
punt
how pretty
Bingo.
Pan is.
What's that, Luna?
Who are we looking at?
I said I forgot how pretty Pan is from Awakening.
Oh,
Hmm.
I kind of remember her. Oh, I can't slip through that. Give me
Get
the
two.
thing. Oh, what a cute puppy! Now go to the mines.
As a child.
I yearn for the mines.
Oh my god. They called Geese 007 0 AS 0 contribution 7 missed brain
True.
That's
That's
so,
so real.
That is the most geese thing I've ever heard. Yeah, now we have Chloe's emblem. Now we can glue it to her finger. We're also about to get what's his name? Louise.
Yeah, because wait, is Edelgard accessible now or after chapter 7?
I thought it was.
It's after chapter
now.
6. Yeah, it's
Awesome.
after 6.
Yeah, I'm very upset that dogs just give the best resources because I want to have lots of cats and birds, but I also want +2 weapons. It's kind of really upsetting. I should probably pull this up on another stream just so I can make sure everything works. Oh, I also forgot something very important that I didn't do last time. Or I couldn't remember if I couldn't do it yet or not. Here we go. I finally found something I can do.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Danny.
Oh my gosh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Danny.
Hello.
We have a fashion ticket now.
Wait, you have amiibos?
I have a couple of amiibo actually. The only Fire Emblem one I have is Ike.
I have
Do-
all the Smash Bros. Ones and Almond Celica.
Do non-Fire Emblem amiibos also work? Like, can you get like a Mario cap or something?
Sadly,
I think you just get like
no.
random resources.
Yeah, they just give you resources. The Fire Emblem ones give you like outfit tags, so you can like buy
Yeah.
the emblem outfits.
They also
think
give
it
you
would've
music.
been-
They give you music you can use in
Skirmishes.
skirmishes.
Mhm.
I just have the
Marth.
Corin amiibo.
Of course you fucking would.
Oh, I don't have the
Yeah.
Corneo. I have the
I mean, yeah,
initial-
was that even in question?
I have the initial like 4 from Smash 4.
I don't remember what all ones I have. I have like Mario, Link, Ganondorf, Zelda. I like Legend of Zelda, by the way, in case you couldn't tell.
My girlfriend got me a Sora amiibo recently. That was very
Deep
nice.
Freeze.
That's
See
it.
ya.
I don't have any amiibo because that shit is expensive. And also, if you want to get them, my understanding is they're like really limited supply and you have to like shank a mom outside of the GameStop or something.
They used to be really hard to get your hands on. I have not tried to buy Amiibo in ages. Like, ever since
Okay, it
the
is
initial couple
complete.
waves wore off, I didn't have... I guess I did have the money to spend on Amiibo. I just couldn't bring myself to spend that kind of money on Amiibos.
I know like the rarest one is the Wolf Link because there's like an extra Twilight Princess dungeon in the remake, but you have to
Yeah.
have Wolf Link. So everyone wanted
Yeah.
it because I'll be real, like that kind of it feels super shitty.
That's just
It feels
that's just
super shitty.
just DLC.
Also
That's just
in,
limited supply DLC.
Yeah.
DLC,
Well, also,
DLC that your cat can break.
in Breath of the Wild, I think Wolf Link amiibo gives you like a Wolf Link companion.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Well,
I
so
forgot
I
about
just
that.
know that the Wolf Link amiibo. I might be gaslamping. I am high, so like I might be wrong. Take everything with a super grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure it was never like actually sold. It was just in the special edition of the Twilight Princess remake, which is why it's so rare. Because you couldn't like get it.
Maybe. I think maybe that was it initially, and then they started selling it separately, like at a later time or something.
I think they
Oh,
might have
maybe.
sold it separately later, but I know you used to only be able to get it in the bundle initially.
I just remember a YouTuber I watched at the time, and I don't remember what YouTubers, so like maybe they're cringe, maybe they're based, but they did a video about how like shitty and scummy it was, and I was like, yeah, that is shitty and scummy. That's the whole story.
What a beautiful story, Danny.
No, I don't want to look at the sheep. I want to.
You know what else is a beautiful story?
Engage.
The Mets.
True.
I was gonna say the
To
story of
engage with the
friendship,
Mets.
and I was gonna be really sappy and be like, the story of friendship. You're all my friends, but you ruined the moment, both of you. So
What if the real emblem were the friends we made along the way?
no, not anymore. Sorry, I'm not
What if
doing
the
that
real-
paralogue. Wait,
What
no,
if the real
that fucking Godwin paralogue is the friends we made along the way? Yeah, fuck that. No.
what if the real Zero emblem were the friends who abandoned us along the way?
Yo, Orson archetype.
Also, stream is going very well. Thank you for asking. Oh, I do remember this. I don't know if anyone else knew this, but thank you for reminding me that you don't have to buy the amiibo to get those amiibo outfits. You can get the outfit tickets or whatever, or you can unlock the Lord outfits if you get rank 20 on every unit in the game for a character, for like an emblem. So if you get Marth with like max rank with everyone, you unlock the Marth outfit.
That's ridiculous.
Because
Rank
everyone's
20.
going to do
like
that.
the bond rank, right?
Yeah, if you get the bond rank to 20 on everyone.
My first thought when you started talking was this is gonna be some like Tower of Trials ass shit. So then my brain like couldn't let go of that, and I was like, rank 20. That doesn't sound like a Tower of Trial. Did you see that they made a copyright for like some sort of multiplayer Fire Emblem, and everyone on Twitter is freaking out, and it's literally just the Tower of Trials? But
Wait, what's
nobody's played.
Micaiah.
So there was like a copyright for something that looks like it's a multiplayer Fire Emblem, and everyone on Twitter and YouTube is freaking out like, this is confirmation, the next Fire Emblem will be multiplayer,
Oh,
FE4
God.
Remake multiplayer, and I saw one person just say like, nobody plays Tower Trials, so nobody knows this is literally just Tower Trials, like it's not a new thing.
Wait, what is the Tower of Trials? That's like...
The
Clearly
Temple
It's
the
an
Town?
multiplayer
engage
mode.
It's
It's
the
a
yeah.
mode
multiplayer
in
and engage. So
Wait,
you send your
I-
team, and so you all, it's like multiplayer but asynchronous. Kind of like this is not gonna help us beat the Gacha Games allegations. But have you ever played fucking Clash of Clans?
I have not, but I've played Heroes for like 2 years, back whenever it first came out.
I haven't played Heroes, so I don't know if it
Well,
works
it's
like
also,
that.
I hope you
in
clean it well.
Fate,
That looks
in
so much
Fates,
better.
there's a similar
Thank
thing
you.
where there's like, because there's the direct PvP in Fates, but then there's also like you set up your
Oh, the
team
stream has
to defend your
PvP.
castle.
Yeah, and the AI controls your team.
Oh.
And a human controls their team.
Yeah, it's like the
This
Fire
one is
Emblem
empty.
Heroes PvP mode.
Yeah,
Work
that's
of that.
that's basically the Heroes PvP, like the PvP arena. You send your team out for other people to fight, and then like the AI just controls your characters or whatever. Play it right now and learn it. I don't want to play it right now.
You should play against my team.
Your team that you cheated for.
My team consists
You
Yeah.
hacked
of...
in all your maxed out units.
my team
That's
consists-
literally every PvP team in Fire Emblem.
Okay, but that was like one of
Yeah.
the most fun parts about going on like the online stuff was seeing the hacked teams in the My Castles. You would
Dragon
see,
Fang Felicia.
yeah, you would see units with hacked skills, all capped stats, or like all 99 all stats. It was beautiful.
That's how you can finally get the capturable wing shield Pegasus.
I'm making this extra
I,
special for
I
you,
remember
Divine Light.
finding one that had a Korin with what's it called? Bold Stance, Bold Fighter, the one that Takumi has.
Was
in
that the Takumi thing, right?
Yeah, where it was a
Yeah.
Korin that had that as a skill. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I was like, oh my gosh, like I have the skill the final boss gets to have. Like that's gonna break everything. And lo and behold, it wasn't that.
I
it wasn't that
remember
awesome, actually.
before I played Fates, because I took a break from Fire Emblem for like a decade-ish. So I didn't play Awakening and Fates until like very recently when I got back into the series. And I was playing Awakening, and I remember I read something about how like, oh, you know, they nerfed pair up in Fates and made it worse. Because now you can only either get the attack or the guard. You can't get both unless you're a unit with Bold Stance. And they talked about it as if Bold Stance was like a common thing that player and enemy units could get, as opposed to just being on the final boss of a single route.
Yeah, you dip into Evil Sniper and you get it as the level 15 skill.
Well,
Yeah.
and so then that's the thing is when I prepared to do my first Fates playthrough, in the character creation, it was like select a talent, and I was like, oh, which one of these classes do I think gives Bold Stance? Because like that's really important. And I didn't want to look it up. So I spent like 10 minutes. I was waiting to pick up my girlfriend at the time from work, because she worked at this like place I had to pick her up from. That's very descriptive. Fucking rich people house, famous rich people in Asheville. Oh, I don't remember their names.
Oopsies. A somewhere
remember.
house.
Anyway, I was trying to figure out like what class do I think would be like the boldest, and I ended up giving fighter talent because I was like, that feels like the sort of thing like Bartray the Bold, probably just because of Bartray the Bold, the fighter.
Your heart's in the right
So
place.
another fucking sin on FE7's corpse.
Hammer. So I think
You pronounced that wrong.
hammer.
Thank you. You did it right this time.
So I guess now the question is, where do we go next? Because we have travel.
The Crobin
Oh,
Paralog.
I didn't do my 3 arenas. I would do those in a sec.
Did you get Edelgard?
Yeah, I grabbed Edelgard.
Did you do the Crobin Paralog yet?
You cannot make me do the Crobin Paralog. It will take an insurmountable amount of money to make me do the Crobin Paralog.
There's a single quarter on my desk. I can mail it to you if you say your address on stream.
I was gonna say you could. Yeah, someone donate $250 right now.
It'll cost
Yeah,
you,
Mulder, where are you? Oh fuck! It's nighttime in Europe.
it'll
probably
cost
not
more
a
money
week.
to it'll cost more money to mail that quarter than it'll be to
Than the quarter
to
itself.
That's okay though, because it's so invaluable. The insurance will be really cheap. The mail insurance in case it gets lost on delivery.
So I think we do. I have enough emblems for everyone that's being used long term. So I guess I go grab Anna next, then do Tiki.
Have you ever played the Tiki map?
I played the Tiki one, and I remember kind of liking the Tiki map actually. I thought it was I remember thinking it was kind of neat. So here's hoping it's still neat.
I still really like the Tiki map. I remember when only the Tiki map was out, I was like, damn, the DLC is like really good and probably worth buying. Like, if this is just one of the maps and we're gonna get like 7 more like this, and then a whole campaign also like this.
More peak incoming?
I think I talked about it either in a video or on a stream. I was like,
Yeah.
Make your own financial decisions, but it really seems worthwhile. Like what we have so far, Edelgard's a cool ring. Like it's a little pay to win, but the Tiki map is really fucking fun. I would pay for just that map.
Yeah.
I've
I've played all the Divine Paralogs except for Veronica's.
I will say this for Veronica's. I think it's really cute that the map divides you into 2 groups of 4, because that's like what heroes like. You've got 4 groups,
Oh, that's
4
funny.
people in heroes,
I am Marth.
and then it's a bunch of isolated islands connected by like little bridges. And I think that's supposed to be like, oh, heroes has small maps.
That's kind of cute.
I said that on stream though, and then someone said like heroes maps are as big as genealogy now, and I genuinely don't know if they were like joking or not.
I
don't think that's true. I
I
hope it's
stopped-
not true.
Well, that's why I haven't looked it up, because like
yeah.
if I don't look it up, I can choose to believe that that was a joke.
I am Marth.
I
Show me
played
what you
Heroes
can
like 2.5 years after it first came out, just because I was like, wow,
Yeah.
it's like Fire Emblem on my phone. Like, how could this go wrong?
How could it go wrong indeed?
It was only like my second or third like gacha game I'd ever played, so I wasn't like fully aware of what was going on or like what the deal with the game was. I never spent any money on it because again I couldn't bring myself to spend actual money on this free mobile game that I just played in my free time. Is there anything I want to buy? But
I played it like every day for 2 years, and I did spend money on it. And then I eventually just got burned out of it. Just got bored.
yeah, that was
Like-
me too. I just eventually got bored of it. I was like, okay, like there's so many other things. Oh, although the overlap of like heroes coming out lined up roughly to whenever I was like doing college, so it gave me something to do in class whenever I was bored.
I just played Plants vs Zombies in class on
That
my
pro-
laptop.
That probably
My
would
English
have been
teacher
the
thought that I was
time.
taking notes. I beat the entire game in that class.
That's so awesome.
I mean, Plants vs. Zombies is not a super long game.
Plants vs Zombies is peak. I love it.
It's a very good game.
I learned about Heroes as I was getting back in, and I like downloaded it. And I remember the first pull was all characters I didn't recognize. I genuinely don't know if they were Awakening or Fates or Thracia, because those were the games that were out that I hadn't played at the time. But one of my coworkers was also into Fire Emblem, and she told me you have to play Awakening and Fates to understand the story of Heroes. So I uninstalled it from my phone, and then by the time I finished Awakening and Fates, I didn't have any interest in playing anymore.
You were saved from an unfortunate fate of having to play heroes.
That kind hero saved me.
So the real question of the day is: are we giving the Micaiah Forge to the knife and embracing the memes?
What does the Micaiah Forge do?
The one that gives you like
Avoid.
a bunch of avoid.
It does other stuff too. It gives crit avoid and less weight, I believe, as well.
That
Who's the knife
But you don't
wielder?
need-
Is it Yunaka or someone else?
it's probably going to be Louis using the knife for most of the game.
Yeah. Well, Yunaka will have to use it for now.
Yeah.
She'll use it for a while.
What do you currently have available?
I haven't used any of my engraves yet. Oh wait, we also have this one. What does this do?
Rivals?
Well, the reason I
good.
ask is I would like to know if there's an engrave that lowers a void. Because
There's
I
a
think that
couple.
would be funnier. Not available right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I can Roy. Well,
Oh,
I can
wait,
Roy
no.
really wait.
I think it's the Tiki engrave gives like -20 crit avoid or something. Because
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
trying
I
to
gave it
find
to
it.
Saline, and then I was like, why does Saline keep getting crit? I'm a dummy. And someone on stream had to point out to me, like, you fucking idiot. You goddamn moron. They were much kinder than I'm being.
Eirika, Tiki, Hector, and Soren all reduce your crit avoid. That's wow.
That's a very silly.
You should give Louis a minus critifoid knife.
I don't want to do that. That sounds scary.
He won't take
Is there
damage. He's got
any-
like a more billion defense.
Are there
Easy.
any that increase your avoid and reduce your critifoid? Like for maximum gambler?
Wait, what was it?
That's what. So increase your avoid, but reduce your critifoid.
I'm looking at that right now.
That would be very silly.
That would be very funny. Like, what if it's just like plus 40 avoid, but minus 50 critifoid?
No, none of them do.
You're gonna dodge or you're gonna die.
Here's the real play. You give the Celica engraving to the Slim Lance, so you get 3 trillion crit avoid.
The LTC does that.
There we go. See, look at that.
I don't know if it's exactly the Slim Lance, but the Iron Man LTC, Lolo's Iron Man LTC, uses the Celica engrave because steel weapons have 5 and 8 crit, which is stupid.
And I hate it.
And that is the only way that she could guarantee like a 100% reliable clear of chapters 11 and 12, because that's before you get Tamara. Also, fun fact, you can't get crit in chapter 11 on player phase, or no, you can't get crit on enemy phase in chapter 11 until you get the turn crystal back.
I do remember hearing about that. I think that's kind of neat.
Oh,
but you can get crit on player phase.
That feels
It's really funny.
weirdly arbitrary.
I get that it's
I
not on
think the idea is like you can more easily avoid attacking into someone who has crit on you.
Well,
But
yeah.
I think it just should have been both, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're gonna go through the time of implementing that, why not make it full?
There's a lot of weird, like, guaranteed things that the game doesn't tell you about. Like, Lapis will never miss with the smash weapon on turn 1.
I will go
Yeah.
off on that whenever we get to that point again, because I do not like that Smash tutorial, and I will open that can of worms again.
It makes Lapis seem so much worse than she is. Like, I already think she's not great, but it makes her seem fucking awful.
I don't like it because you look at that 60-something hit rate, I didn't know it was an auto hit, so in my first playthrough, I didn't, like, go for it. I looked at that 60% hit and said, no, I'll do something else.
So, I think a Monday morning quarterbacking, like the Super Bowl, and but I think that Smash weapons should have had the mystical anima effect where they ignore terrain avoid bonuses, because I think the idea behind that tutorial is, hey, you can use Smash weapons to take enemies off of terrain.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, that is probably the best use for Smash weapons if you're not doing, like, S-rank Deke gaming, and trying to, like, Vantage one-shot. If you're literally using the Smash mechanic, like, move them off terrain.
Yeah.
But then
Oh,
you've got,
yeah.
like, inaccurate weapons. Not, like, for the weapons themselves. I should have been more clear. For the innate effect Smash, rather than, like, you know, I know you can deal damage with the weapons, too.
Well, what I meant was like because there's the whole thing of like using smash weapons for engage attacks and stuff. But that's
Yeah, that
like,
too.
different.
Yeah, that too. I meant more like
I'll be here.
if you want to take advantage of like like the smash portion of smash weapons,
the
as opposed to
whole-
just incidentally them being smash weapons.
The whole force
Yeah.
shoving the enemy to another tile is kind of really cool in concept, but then, like, you have to actually hit the guy while he's on terrain to shove him off of it.
I guess also if there was more disadvantageous terrain, I know that there's water pools in chapter 11, quicksand in 12, and then you can make some disadvantageous terrain with dragon veins, but most of the disadvantageous terrain is that fucking miasma that's like, it's only a disadvantage for you, get fucked.
Yes, plus like 50 defense if the enemy are standing in it.
Also, if I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up. Like, I have no filter when I'm...
You are good.
Not
Also,
sober.
post this up because we're stuck with only an
Hi,
iron
Danny.
knife for a
I'll
while.
be here.
Yes, that is me.
Hi, Danny.
Yeah, that's me.
I played a little bit of the demo of Together in Battle. It's neat.
Wow.
Wowie zowie.
4 characters.
We do have Anna, right? I'm just not remembering. Like, we do have Anna. She's a sage. That's
No,
right.
you recruited this map.
Oh, I meant like she's part of like the
Oh!
units.
Yeah,
recruit.
sorry.
I
I
worded
thought
that poorly.
No. That was me. That was me just misunderstanding what you were asking.
Death penalty.
Byleth,
Time to deploy people. I love
Kind
the
of weird how
units
Anna's
on
one of like
screen.
3 units to be recruited on map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never thought about that, but yeah, I guess.
Well, it's
like
it's
Anna,
Jade, no, it's like
Jade,
5,
and Saphir. Oh, and Lyndon.
Lyndon
and Jean.
job.
and Jean.
Well, Jean doesn't count because he's so good that he's too good.
Well, so are we just counting like green and red
Girl.
units?
Yeah,
so.
because the ones who join as blue units.
I don't
Yeah, I
count
guess
that.
5 is actually so. I think I have in my head that it's less. But 5 actually feels like pretty similar to some of the older Fire Emblem games.
Well, yeah, for how small this cast is.
That too, like a smaller cast. But okay, you get Path of Radiance, right? The first unit you recruit by talking is Mia, then Ileana, then Marcia, then Zehark, Jill. Okay, I guess there are a lot more than I thought. Okay, I was wrong.
And there's also
remember
like all
them.
3 of the units that you rescue from the prison.
Well, they don't get recruited on a map though.
Yeah, but you still recruit them by. Well, actually, I guess you don't need to talk to them outside of Maniac mode.
Yeah. Well, you don't even have to talk to them in Maniac mode.
They just have to escape in Maniac, right? They just have
Yeah,
to.
you're
Yeah,
right,
so
you're
you
right.
can
out.
technically,
You have to have them
technically
escape.
speaking, you could like just grab them and carry them away.
You're right.
It's a lot. It's a lot easier if you talk to them because, well, you have to talk to Kieran because you can't rescue him, I guess.
You are being rescued. Please do not resist.
Isn't that from Star Wars?
I think.
Yeah,
Do you
that's
think we're gonna end up?
Rogue One.
The chat is mentioning like how we're going to be training Anna. Do you think we're going to be like shuffling Marth between her and Yunaka?
I think I can get away with training Anna because once she hits 10, that's all she needs to reach. Whereas Yunaka, we got to get her all the way to 20.
Or Anna's level 5, not 1, right?
I think she's like level.
She's
4 or
level-
5.
Yeah, she
She's
joins.
5.
Okay, that's 5.
Yeah. I trained her without great sacrificing in my first playthrough because I didn't realize just how good great
Like-
sacrificing was.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Are the builds in your description?
Yeah, I have them all
Yeah.
down in the
Yes.
description. I pointed down as if like you could see like, oh, they're right down there. Look down in the description. I do that. No one can see that, but there are several times where I will point at the screen whenever I'm talking about something, and I'll go like, "Oh my gosh! Like, look at this guy! Can you believe this fighter right here?" And I'll point at my monitor or my screen, and then I have to realize like, "Oh, like you can't see me." Like, trying to make a deal out of this. Oh, I didn't do my arena fights. Go back. Retry. I have to do my arena
Jacob,
fights.
check DMs real quick.
Go. Secret message. That is important. I guess you need to decide who's going to actually do the arena fights. I like.
Probably Yunaka.
I keep
Not
going back and
yeah,
forth
Yunaka.
on like I funnel them all into Yunaka, or do I use them to like top people off that are like close to another level up?
I mean,
I guess since I'm not promoting anyone right now, there's
yeah, if you're not promoting anybody, then just giving somebody an extra level up doesn't really do much for you. Like, I would much rather just get Yunaka
She
closer to where
needs
she
it.
needs to be. She's in desperate need of experience.
She's so hungry. The funniest part is once we recruit Lapis and Marth gets glued to her, it's like, oh no, we can't use Mercurius EXP. And then once Lucina joins, I'm immediately putting Lucina on Yunaka to do the exact same thing again with Parthia.
Ooh, Parthia.
I'm trying to remember. Doesn't
Tickles.
Merrin have Lucina? I think.
Yes, yes, Merrin does.
For like backup stuff or whatever.
Merrin. Yeah.
Standard arena. Yunaka, go show him who's boss. Who's it gonna be?
I'll put on a show for you. This should be a
Okay.
picturesque match.
Nice javelin.
Oh no, you didn't give her a bond ring.
Oh, suboptimal.
Oh dear.
That happened to me in a playthrough I'm doing, and I actually ended up literally 1 experience shy, or 1 SP shy, of a skill I wanted Jean to inherit, and it was very sad.
Oh, you actually reset.
Suboptimal. We have to
Oh,
go
see,
back.
I didn't reset. I didn't reset.
Fire Emblem. Engage.
I'll be right back.
Cools. We will shrimply do better
Okay.
this time. Yeah, Yunaka's not a unit I would ever recommend using long term. Just use her for while she's cool, and then
But
just
she's
kinda
always cool.
Well, she's always cool for me because I always feed her all the stuff. Am I going to be doing fishing or wyvern riding? I might do them like off stream in between preps, but I don't know if I want to do the that stuff on between every map on stream. Didn't get all the SP, you wouldn't reset the whole run. That's how I feel sometimes, though. Like, I'll get to chapter 10, and I'll realize, like, I'm just shy on SP for something. And I'll be like, oh, no, like, you have... Like, it's too late, I guess. Now I need to remember to give her the ring. Here. Where's my Valbo ring? Valbo! Yeah, I'm putting off the John paralogue for a little bit. I'll put it off until...
Well,
The fact that Robin left as soon as you said you're putting off the Jean paralogue because Robin loves Jean just that so much.
I think it was someone's microphone getting a little staticky for a sec.
We good?
Yeah, we good.
Okay.
I think the plan is we're gonna get Anna first.
I'd better be
We're gonna go
careful.
do
I am
Tiki
Chloé,
and use
Royal
that
Knight
map
of Firene.
to train up Anna some. I guess, I think.
This knight has
I mean, I was
another
thinking we do
match.
Jean's parallel first.
I actually
Because I'd want to do Tiki right afterwards so I can get an emblem ring onto Anna. So that way she can earn
Yeah.
SP. Because I value the SP more than like anything else at the moment.
It's that mysterious wanderer, Yunaka!
Yippee!
I am Louis,
Oh, no.
Royal Knight of
Yeah.
Firene.
Mattis, that weird sound was probably just my mic being weird because it's been doing that for a while for some fucking reason.
Twang.
It's really annoying.
Twang, twang. Twang, twang. Twang, twang. Twang, twang. Dang, she lost. How could this happen?
Fuck.
Let's see. New combo unlocked. I didn't know you two supported each other.
oh yeah, Yunaka Louis support.
And get back out there, Yunaka. You can get the next guy they throw at you.
I'll put on a show for you.
I have been waiting for this.
Hammer. why does he have a hammer?
Just in case.
Look at her go! Under the hammer! I also appreciate that he hit that first 9%. I know it's hybrid RN, so it's 1 RN below 50, but it was still funny to see happen. Look at her go!
She's so good.
She is ballin'. She's going so
You're not
crazy.
fantastic.
They are also like doing work outside and like blowing a leaf blower, so I am very sorry if anyone can hear that.
It's not picking up for me.
Yeah, not for me either, but I can go get my leaf blower and blow it into the microphone if that'll help like set the ambiance.
Yeah.
Nothing sets the mood for recruiting Anna more than Leaf Blower.
We all know. Classic Anna, always outside doing yard work.
Yard work ahead. I sure hope it does.
That's that one thing I hear my siblings quote a lot.
Road work ahead. Wait, you don't know road work ahead?
I mean, like, I know it because I've heard it said 100 times, but I've never, like, seen the video, I think, or whatever it's from.
I think it's just a joke people share.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's a vine.
Is it?
From Drew Gooden.
I mean,
Sorry,
there is also.
no, I mean, it's from Danny Gonzalez.
Actually, it's from real life.
No, it's from Drew Gooden, but people get Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez mixed up, so I thought it would be funny.
It's from
Are you people?
Because they're two. No, not. I'm literally not. But they're two like. Or no, I literally am people, but I'm not the one. Who
I was
gets
gonna
them
say
mixed
you're not
up.
people.
No, I am. Well, I'm
What?
person. I'm literally not people. I'm literally person. Just the one. But what I meant is that like. People get them mixed up because they're both just like skinny white guys. They're both skinny white guys with like similar looking wives as well, and they do like the same sort of YouTube stuff.
I was gonna assume it's how like after Dream's face reveal, everyone thinks that every white guy with dark hair looks like Dream.
I mean, it's like how Carboner is Scott the Woz, like it's that.
True.
Yeah.
But
the
like
fuck is
for not,
Carboner?
like, but not Scott the Woz flavored. It's like Danny Gonzalez flavored.
You know, hit
Carboner, Carboner. It's when you see an extremely hot vehicle.
True.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It's also what happens whenever you see Bannerlands plus Desmond support plus Just Cause.
Whoa.
Whatever you need.
I love that this is basically like a foreign language to people who haven't played TMGC. Isn't Carboner a pasta dish? Close enough.
I haven't played TMGC.
Close.
Can you explain it to me? I haven't played TMGC.
You see the joke.
Denny, have you?
is Mikey
It's
good.
you see, it's a really good ROM hack of Fire Emblem. Kind of like The Last Promise. I don't know if you've heard of that.
No, I've heard of the Morrow's Golden Sorrow.
TMGS.
I played that one.
Tokyo Mirage GameCube.
Divine Dragon looked at me.
New hit game.
Can you imagine if Tokyo Mirage Sessions was made during the GameCube era?
That would be so awesome. I might have actually played
So,
it.
Intelligent Systems has the opportunity to do something very fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next Nintendo Direct, they could have a one more thing where it, fades to black and the screen opens and you see Sigurd. And everyone starts freaking the fuck out. Fire Emblem 4 remake. Actually, it's TMG or it's Tokyo Mirage Sessions 2, and instead of having like Crom be the main Mirage, it's Sigurd is the main Mirage, and they don't do a Fire Emblem 4 remake. That'd be the funniest thing ever.
Yes, here.
That would be very funny. I do agree.
Also, I think that Alir has leveled. Is that Alir's second build level?
I think so, actually.
Yo, you should have named her Bob.
The builder.
'Cause she's the builder.
Real.
I
That's
like
a
how
10%
in
build
Thracia
approach
build
choice.
levels.
Awesome.
I like that in this game, like build levels are like purely positive, but it's very funny in Thracia if you can get a build level that fucked you over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, now there is the shove ring, which is dependent on builds,
Wait, is
so
it?
it could potentially be negative.
Oh, the shove ring actually takes build into account.
Yeah, it's you can only
I
shove someone
assumed
if you have
it
higher build than them.
I assumed it didn't because it's Mia.
Wait, how I should probably actually look up and see what this ring actually does.
Oh, you put it on your finger.
Oh, that's why I've been doing it wrong.
Also, shoutouts to Friendly Rivalry, because of just how friendly Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude are with each other.
Aw.
Famously,
I was gonna say.
famously friendly.
famously
That's
friendly
awesome.
rivalry.
What is the line? Oh yeah, I'll hang your head atop the gates of Edbar.
Why must
Very
you continue
friendly.
to reconquer? Why must you continue to kill in retaliation?
Wait, Reconquest reference?
Oh my god.
Is that that's the hack that gives like every weapon 10 million hit, right?
Oh, I couldn't remember. I thought that was the name of like.
That's the Jason Godwin hack.
I thought
Yes.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what that was. I thought that was the name of like a Project Ember conquest thing, because that sounds like something you would call like
Yeah.
a conquest rebalance.
I mean,
No,
that's
but it
kind of what
is.
it is, except way worse than Project
The
Ember.
decisions are all very interesting, and the justification for them are all very funny.
We're gonna-
Yeah.
I don't want
Is
you
it
stepping
every,
on that.
I don't
like
know.
every weapon is perfectly accurate, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like one time at the end of the map, I missed a 98.
Yeah, it
that
was-
was
yeah,
my
it was
black pill
literally-
moment.
Yeah, no, it was legitimate. The reasoning was legitimately like they were playing like an extra hard like Awakening rebalance or whatever, and they were routing the map for experience, and Crom missed and like got crit and died or some shit. And it was like my strategy was perfect. Everything should have gone the way I had planned, but no, RNG said otherwise, and therefore I decided RNG is bad.
Okay, I'm taking like all of my brain power to focus so I can say something not high. Jacob, did you see what the combat arts do? Because that's actually the most important part of the Edelgard
Oh,
ring, and I'm
wait.
not joking.
I didn't. Wait.
Okay, so rewind.
Spend some for engage turn.
That description doesn't help. But if you rewind to Louis's turn,
We'll go back to
there's an
Louis.
option that says combat arts once you're engaged. So hit that.
Special attack.
There's 3 ones. It lowers your meter. The best one is Raging Storm
Yeah.
because that, and you can
Raging
only
Storm.
use it on the first turn you're engaged, unless you've got like the extra level and you have 4. But
Uh-huh.
normally you can only use it on 4, and it brings you down to 0, but it lets you take an extra action. Like it's Raging Storm, right?
Yeah.
From 3 houses.
Press turn.
But you have to use Amir, which is a very inaccurate smash weapon. Now you don't have to
Oh,
hit
that's
or
funny.
kill, but you do get the extra action. Most useful for like, because it's not super accurate and it's a smash weapon. Most useful for just if you want to move super far.
Yeah.
But also if you have someone who's like fairly accurate, you can delete 2 enemies because you can Raging Storm, and then because you have no turns left, there's no reason not to also use Houses Unite. Because it's
Oh,
your,
yeah, you
your
can
last
do
turn
that.
of engage if you do that. So Raging Storm is the best part of Edelgard Ring. The other 2 are also pretty good though. Amir is like, or Atrocity is, it doubles the weapon weight, and then Fallen Star is 2 to 3 range
Ooh.
bow attack, and then you avoid the first attack from an opponent.
Okay, that's what Falling Star does
Um,
in 3 houses, right? Like-
Yeah.
Well, these are all very similar to what they do in 3 houses.
Yeah, they're mostly
I-
just adapted to the mechanics. I know you don't like 3 houses, so I didn't want to be like, it's how this works in 3 houses, and have
Yeah.
you be like, well, I don't know, I haven't done that.
Well, I haven't played 3 houses. That's still pretty neat, though.
I think
The
it would be very funny to combine Atrocity with an effective weapon and do ×6 damage. Assuming
onto
that's how that
something.
works.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Fight again.
The other two things that I would consider impactful, its attack is just a 3-hit, like it's just whatever. But the other 2 things I would consider impactful are the gambits and weapon sync. Weapon sync means that if you're using the weapon of whoever's in the lead, you will gain a bonus. I think it's like 3 might or 5. And then if you're engaged, you always get it. So right now, if Louis had a bow, he would get a bonus. If Dimitri's in the front, if he had a lance, he would get a bonus. And if Edelgard was in the front, if he had an axe, he would get a bonus. And if he's engaged, doesn't matter who's in the front, you always get the bonus.
So I guess that means he's only going to be getting that bonus whenever he's engaged after he promotes to thief.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, that's so sad. You
That's
can inherit.
fine.
You can inherit it onto other people if you need to, and it uses like whoever their ring is, I believe, but I might be gaslighting.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so like you can inherit it on Micaiah to get it with tomes or whatever. And then gambits always depend on who's in the front, and there's 3 options. Flame Gambit is an attack that causes a fire tile to spawn under them after you finish the attack. Poison Gambit poisons them. And that's Claude's, I think is. Oh no, yeah, that's Claude's
Yeah.
Poison Gambit. And then
Sounds like Claude move.
Dimitri's is the best one because it gives you invulnerability to the first 2 range attack. And it's also not an attack gambit, so you can always use it. It's just that you use it standing still. I've actually used it for some clears in 0%. Because like Vander died to exact damage, but he could prevent a hand axe. The only thing that sucks about it is that because it's on Dimitri, and they randomly roll who's in the front every turn, you can't guarantee. But you can use it even when not engaged. So that's the cool thing about gambits, is like if you don't have anything else better to do,
Just gambit.
yeah, like poisoning someone or making fire tile, usually beneficial. And then like, I really like the Dimitri one. You have to find situations for it to come up, but like, you know,
still
make an archer not hit you, right? Make a hand axe not hit you. Especially considering how fucking threatening engage enemies are. Even on hard, I find that you get like 3 or 4 rounded often.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my Edelgard. Also, she gives you extra experience. Or does she give you extra experience?
No, that's Byleth.
It's Byleth and Edelgard.
No, it's Byleth and Tiki, right?
Tiki
Byleth and
gives you
Edelgard.
Starsphere.
Oh, Byleth and Edelgard. Okay.
Wait, Edelgard has what?
Oh yeah, nobility. She has nobility. Right. Byleth,
Oh, she has nobility,
Byleth has mentorship.
okay.
Edelgard has nobility, which is cheaper and only affects you, not adjacents.
Interesting.
Get 20% more
Most of the
XP
other stuff that
goaded.
Edelgard has, much like the other DLC emblems, are like really complex and not that good. But like 90% of the time, I feel like she's just a Raging Storm button. But the other stuff is cool too. I think. I really like
It's still a
weapon
fun
sync.
button.
Complex and not that good. Just like heroes for real, for real.
No, that's the Veronica emblem, baby.
Look at that, we're about to get another Mercurius EXP! Another Mercurius kill, baby!
How can the Veronica emblem be bad when it has the funny let's go gambling button?
Oh, there's one other secret benefit to the Edelgard emblem.
Uh-huh.
If you put her on your thumbnail, you get more clicks.
Oh, that is
True.
True.
That is a good point. Let's see, let's do a little, just kind of scooch you forwards a little bit. I don't really want to do anything else this turn. Sure, we will.
Fram Naruto running is pretty silly. I can't wait to see like half of our army doing it.
Everyone's gonna be doing it. Also, I like Alfred with the pink hair too. I think it looks really nice with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He rocks it.
I'm gonna rock your socks off.
What's the plan here? I think now would be an alright turn of Great Sacrifice, because I think everyone who's hurt right now is like hurt, and then I can give her one of these to sacrifice again, I guess.
Is it go time?
Yeah, we'll do that. Wait, I probably shouldn't put her in range of the enemy, because I forgot that leaves you at 1 HP. Whee!
Heal juice. Look at all that XP.
Vander, whack this guy. Compact axe. We love accuracy here.
Accuracy.
I do remember looking up Veronica. I see some people talk about the Veronica skills. I remember looking up what some of Veronica's skills do. Reprisal is one that, like, you just do more damage at low HP or something. But then there's one called, like, the World Book or
of
something.
Worlds. So, Book of Worlds is extremely goofy, and it's not like communicated super. So basically, it's a stacking effect where like every time you use the wait command, like it moves on to like another book, and for every book that you pass through, the next attack you use on an enemy gets a bonus effect. Like it can, like I believe, like tier 1 is it immobilizes them. Tier 2 is like you set the tile on fire and it immobilizes them. And then like
So-
you get a soul effect. It just stacks a whole bunch of bullshit on your next attack, but you have to like wait before you do it.
So what you're
And also
saying?
it disappeared one attack, and you can't save it. It's not like, oh, I have it stocked and I can choose when to activate it. It's just next time you attack.
So what you're saying is the real strat is you wait, dance with Sidal, wait, dance both Sidal and the ring person with Byleth, then wait again, then dance with Sidal,
If this love
and then
is a
wait
crime.
again.
You forgot contract Seedall,
What is
so
contract?
that Seedall can dance Veronica.
Wait, what is contract?
Oh
do?
wait, no, that wouldn't work. Contract is that you dance someone, but they have to stand still.
Oh, so it's like a diet dance.
Look what
Yeah, and you can only do it when Veronica's engaged, so it actually wouldn't work unless you inherited Book of Worlds onto someone else.
Mercury kill.
Which I don't know if
Yeah.
you can. I have no
Believe you can.
fucking knowledge of which DLC skills you can inherit and can't. Because there's some you can't. Like you can't inherit like
Let me check. Book of Worlds is inheritable for 300 SP.
Yunaka
for the
here.
low,
Yo, that's
low
a
price.
steal. That's
For
a
the
steal.
low price.
300 SP and it does 5 different things. That's fucking. That's
crazy.
5 skills.
Five
That's
skills
5
for the
skills
price
because
of
it's
one.
Book of Worlds, Book 1. Because they're all named something. They're all named because they're not just named Book of Worlds.
Cannot afford to lose.
It's like Book of Worlds, Book 1 Wisdom, Book 2.
I'm
Yeah, so
looking it
Book
up.
1 Seal, Book 2 Flame, Book 3
Whatever
Death,
you require.
Book 4 Dream, Book 5 Science. That's a fucking Book 5 is science.
The
Damn.
final boss of books,
So your
science.
tale
I like how Death is only the halfway point. Okay, so I
Yeah.
can list out what the effects are too. Seal is it freezes the foe after combat. They stack on top of each other, by the way, so you get
Yeah.
everything from below. Flame is sets their space on fire, which is just what Flame Gambit does.
Yeah.
But you don't have to wait 2 turns. Death is deals 10 damage.
Whoa.
Dream is restore HP equal to the damage dealt during combat. Yo, you can get guaranteed soul. All you have to do is wait 4 times. And then
Ready
Science.
soul.
Science is restore HP to self and adjacent allies equal to damage dealt during combat.
That's kind of silly.
You can heal up to 5 units if you have everyone in a T formation, and attack someone at 2 range or 3 range, because you can't attack an adjacent person at that point. Or you
It's so good. Why are people not
Wait.
using this?
inherit Book of Worlds on your bolting user, so you can attack someone at 10 range.
Now that's using all of your brain.
True.
I mean, look, a lot of people are willing to, like, because you might think, like, oh, well, that's, you know, a lot of complication to just have everyone in a T formation? That's a big ask. So-called elitists
I won't
do it for
fall.
Micaiah Emblem, and I saw a tier list that said Micaiah's an F tier unit. So Veronica's good. So do it for Veronica instead,
Yeah.
you fucking losers. Why did Vander take damage there?
Because he's falling off.
Why isn't Flame called Cook of Worlds? True.
Hey,
You're
Jacob, can you
cooking
reclass Vander
worlds.
to fighter so we can say he fell off his horse and now he's just an axe fighter?
He had to dismount. His horse died like in Berwick.
Guaranteed soul, Diamant in shambles. True.
I mean,
No, just give Veronica 2 Diamant so that you can heal double.
Soul
yeah,
twice.
so you can proc Soul alongside your Book
No,
of Worlds.
you gotta inherit Book of Worlds onto the Veil Soren build.
We heard you like soul, so we put some soul in your soul.
Actually, inheriting Book of Worlds onto Veil Soren is a flavor win because then you can play the voice line, "Oh, Soren, always lost in your books," every time you do combat.
Which is exactly what I would do.
So many books.
BRB, I'm gonna go buy a fucking stream deck so I can do that.
I can't believe we found a
The
way to
Fire Emblem
obsolete
soundboard.
Diamond. We found a way to obsolete Diamond, and he still didn't even get any suggestions. Bro just cannot win at all. Give me the box. The strength tonic that I'll have to remember that I have.
Remember you have what?
A strength tonic.
Remember you have what?
Where'd I get in that chest again?
I think you're about to get a child out of a chest, actually.
Oh right, yeah, we do that.
You should probably not. That sounds illegal.
Liberated.
There's the gremlin.
Found me.
Oh,
Why
if
did
a leer
you-
opens.
Oh,
Here I go.
Neat.
I'm
I was
going
gonna
to.
say,
Yeah.
why did you open the chest?
Oh, y'all
with
never
the
knew
leer?
that?
That's such a waste. But like, damn, okay.
So I'm going to pretend that I knew that's how that worked.
Am I the only person here who
Get
knew
outta
that?
here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. If you open it with a leer,
I
it's
guess that
automatic.
that makes sense. I just didn't think it would work like that.
I just didn't think of that. I didn't know that. Staffy XP. Look at that. She's like a Falco Knight.
Yeah.
I can still dream. Anyways, the unit is here.
The Book of
gremlin.
Worlds.
It's the gremlin. Make a killin'. I cannot wait for Make a Killing to go off because it's the best skill in the whole game. There was that one person on Miiverse that said that Mozu is the best unit in Conquest because she earns you extra money with Profiteer in the route where money is supposed to be really scarce and difficult to find.
That was you, though.
That
You
was
were
me that
person.
said that.
You all
That
know it.
was me.
We literally all know it.
I said
Literally
some,
all know.
I said some very interesting stuff on Miiverse.
I mean, it checks out. You know?
Bonk.
I will defend, always.
Alright.
So I have a question for y'all.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is today Friday, May 9th at 9:24 a.m.?
Yes.
No.
I didn't
No.
think so.
Wait, today? No.
Favorite food.
Oh, I fixed it. Okay. So we recently installed a new motherboard on my computer, and it fucked up my clock. And it said like, "Oh, we've synced to the internet," and it's 9:24 a.m. And I was like, "I know I'm high, but did I accidentally stay up like 12 hours?" And more importantly, did Jacob stream that whole time?
I don't know what would be funnier, me streaming that long or still being only this far into the game after streaming that long.
Or I'm just sitting in call like fucking hallucinating. Like,
The stream
hey
ended like 8
everyone,
hours ago.
it's David Doyle here on Jacob's channel. How's chat doing?
Whoa, someone in chat just pointed something out. Really important. I scrolled up and I had to
It's
find it.
9 a.m.
Anna spelled backwards as Anna, and that's really funny.
Can you turn wheel
Whoa.
so we can make sure that that's true?
Yeah. Here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I did it
it's
right.
says Anna.
Did you know that Yunaka spelled backwards is Yunaka?
Wait.
Did you know that in Mario
Okay.
Kart 8, Luigi Circuit is shaped like a Luigi?
Wait, that doesn't spell Yunaka backwards.
Yes, it does.
I trusted you.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
I feel
Jacob,
like...
spell Yunaka for me.
Watermelon.
No, you spelled it wrong. It's A-K-A-N-U-Y.
Let's go.
That sounds correct, but I'm gonna need a source for that one.
Fire
Did you know that in,
FireEmblemWiki.org/wiki/Yunaka.
Did you know that in Mario Kart DS, Yoshi's circuit is shaped like a blank tax document?
Yoshi. Go get him! Break defenses! Pursuit!
I live to fight again.
Look at her go!
I live to fight again.
I live to serve. how do I somehow set this up so I can
still
use it
stand.
to... No! Oh wait, compact axe? Oh no, wait, I gave it to Anna.
Hand axe only does 2 damage.
Oh yeah, we just do like... We can build support bonuses. Wait. There we go.
My plan finally paid off.
Womp. Oh no.
Womp? Like Mario?
Look at that! She's balling!
Look at her go!
That's 9 excess damage that could have gone to another enemy. Please rewind to fix this.
I used to feel that way about getting crits whenever I didn't need them. I used to get very upset whenever my units would crit whenever I didn't need one.
Does the
Did you know
boss
that-
move, or is that
don't.
Maniac only? That's
I think that's
Maniac.
maddening only.
Jacob's staff
Maniac-
experience on Chloé.
I made a great sacrifice
The,
all of it.
The funny thing
yeah.
about that crit thing is, I think there's an old game facts guide for like FE8 that says like killer weapons are bad for that reason.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you're wasting damage when you get a
Oh
crit.
wait! I think I know what you're talking
What
about.
does that mean?
I think I know
I
what you're
don't know what
talking
that
about.
means. I don't know what headspace you have to be in to think that that makes the weapon bad, but that was in a game facts guide.
Like, I agree that it doesn't feel good to, like, do 30 damage when you only needed to deal 8. But, like, fucking... That doesn't mean anything.
I'm gonna write a fucking guide that says if you dodge an attack that wouldn't kill you, it's a waste of a dodge. Like I wanna come up with the worst takes ever and then write a guide with them. And then
Danny, have you ever heard of this,
I'll write the guide under a fucking fake name, and then I'll make a YouTube video and be like, "Whoa, this idiot made a guide,
Look at this
total
awful
game
guide,
journalist
dude."
moment," and I'll get a more billion views.
Danny, have you ever heard of this Redditor called O'Doyle?
Have you ever heard of Among
No.
Us, Gregory?
Yo, that was fucking. I think the best part about that is fucking the fact that we. So for anyone who didn't know, Luna and I, alongside one of our friends, posted a bait tier list on Reddit that managed to make so much traction that a group of Fates YouTubers started a fucking podcast to debunk it because it was so bad.
Oh wait, I didn't hear about that part. I knew I knew about the cheese
Yeah.
being
There
made, I
is
didn't know about that
there is
part.
now a new Fire Emblem Fates podcast. It's called Cast Below.
That's like the name of that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that's the worst SEO ever because if I search Cast Below Fire Emblem Fates podcast, literally everything is just the OST. I have scrolled. I'm subscribed to their channel, and
What
YouTube doesn't
sacrifice?
want to show it to me when I goddamn search for it. Like that's my feedback is that is terrible SEO. But it's called Cast Below. If I can find a link, I'll put it in chat. But that's a big if.
Whoosh. Great sacrifice!
I have no choice.
I know one of their episodes is called Good Noodle Gamer.
Did I actually, like, open the box?
I fucking found it. I had to search Cast Below Fates podcast and then an episode title. But they started a podcast specifically because of how good that bait was, how bad that tier list was.
I must end it.
And right, the best part is that we grassrooted, astroturfed a campaign of hate against it, because I contacted like 4 different people, and I was like, hey, can you post this in every Fire Emblem Discord you're in and be like, look at this stupid tier list, this is the dumbest tier list I've ever seen.
You're not gonna...
And they all did it.
It's peak.
And it ended up just going
I
like,
didn't realize the O'Doyle lore went this
viral.
deep.
yeah.
Oh, it went very deep.
One might say
Yeah,
it's
and
maddening.
then- so so I posted it on my like throwaway Reddit account that I use just to fuck with people, and as you could expect, you know, we fucking astroturfed controversy. People had replies like, "Hey, those placements are bad." So I replied like the most toxic motherfucker ever. Like just being an absolute piece of shit. Not only that, but like not engaging with any arguments. People would like bring up reasons that like, because the logic behind the tier list was completely backwards. Like for example, we had Effie in S tier because pair up solves her problems, but Benny was in D tier because low move equals bad.
Yeah.
And then so anytime someone point out like a inconsistent like rating or whatever, did you get banned? No, that's the funny part, is like only 2 of my comments got deleted by the moderation team. Even though, again, like I was very fucking toxic on purpose because I was playing a character. And the character would just keep repeating whenever anyone asked like, what the fuck are you? Someone asked like, what is your criteria? And I said, efficiency. That's the only criteria you can make tier lists by.
Oh no.
And when people asked me to define efficiency, I was like, efficiency is the default? What are you talking about?
That's just
Like,
how you
I
play
wouldn't
the game.
define it. Someone asked who my Takumi killer was, and I said Gazak.
Woo!
And then someone did the math, and they were like, well, Gazak cannot one-run Takumi because of this math. And I was like, have you considered rigging the lottery shop to forge a Brave X +2?
It's that easy. I forgot.
Can you post it? I want to see it. It's
I also want to see. I'm trying to look it up, and I found out that I'm trying to find the tier list so I can look at this nonsense. I googled Fire Emblem O'Doyle tier list, and I got something about your a game facts thread about your conquest tier list.
About the O'Doyle one?
No, like the community YouTube tier
really?
list.
Beautiful.
Yeah, from several months ago.
Give the Sami pets.
Just odd
This
to
is-
just
okay,
put a
hold
game
on.
facts thread about that.
This is the video. This is the podcast that, like, it's their episode 1. It got started by the O'Doyle tier list.
Give Sami orange. Me and Sami have a lot in common. Like, I
This was
really like
5 months
oranges.
ago. I
and
thought
he
this was
really
more
likes
recent.
Oranges.
Let me see if I can. Here's O'Doyle. Oh, I gotta enter in O'Doyle's password. I don't know what O'Doyle's password is.
Oh, I need to decide. I have. Well, I guess I have a unit at level 10. I did get a Master Seal. I guess, like, any idea who's, like, worth promoting at the moment? Because, well, I get. Oh, getting Alfred promoted, actually. So we can go ahead and go into
Chloé.
Dog.
It's actually extremely close.
We need to get Alfred promoted.
Yeah, Alfred's extremely close.
I'll just feed him in an arena round. Hey, I guess giving Alfred Mercurius for the Fog of War map was actually the play, because that means now he can use the first seal and go doggo.
Triangle attack website, come on. There we go.
Cat, but I also want the bird.
Alright, I'm still logged into O'Doyle on my phone. So let me send it
Items
with
by
my
chapter.
phone to my alt account. My alt Discord. Oh my
Okay,
god, wait. Okay, so I have like an alt Discord that I use to send things to myself if I need to move things from my phone to my computer.
Oh, I do that.
I forgot about this. So I woke up from a dream, like on April 23rd. I woke up from a dream, and I was like, that was a weird ass dream. I need to write it down so I don't forget it. So I sent it to my alt account in Discord. Can I just read word for word what is written down in this that explains the dream?
I'm kind of curious how
Yeah,
long it
sure.
is
I'm
now.
curious.
Billy and Killy are stealing the shroom flashlights, and Killy is nervously objecting because he wants to rescue Luigi. But Billy is like, I'm trying to get back to the Mushroom Kingdom. and I want to get back much more than you. And then Killy says, my name is not Killy, it's Carlos. So Billy says, our budget just ran out for Carlos, and snaps Carlos is back. Both of them are bugs. Billy is a rhino beetle, and Carlos is a ladybug. This is from a Mario game. Luigi is watching a movie about a H.H. Holmes-style serial killer who kills people with his death movie theaters. The movie was made by that killer to lure people into the death theater. Mario is done fighting some super powerful mind control god. I'm also at the mall upstairs in a different theater, and my English teacher owns that theater. The movie theater we are watching is the Lead Pipe, the Cop Killer.
That sounds like
So that was the dream that I had.
that sounds like a skit or animation I would have seen on like YouTube 10 years ago.
I think that it made more sense when I wrote it down. I was like, yes, I will understand what this means.
I do that so often.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. No, I have. Okay, I've done a thing where I will like, I'll often like have dreams where, what is it? I'll like while I'm dreaming, I'll go, that was weird. I should tell that to somebody.
Begins now.
Like the dream will like end, and then while I'm still asleep, a part of me will go, that was really weird. I should tell somebody. And then I wake up and it's like either not that interesting or just makes no fucking sense. Usually both.
Did you see how Alfred O-code that one unit? This unit's so good.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
Micaiah. When does Micaiah give knives?
Level 6.
When she promotes in Path of Radiance.
Promotes to tier 4.
Like level 6 probably.
Oh, what's this? We're gonna min-max.
Also, a few months ago, I did try to keep a dream journal. I had it physical, and like writing is just really slow for me. So I never put in that much detail.
You
It
wrote
hurt
in
my
my
hand,
dream
too.
journal.
No, I feel that.
My dream journal. Yeah,
I did not.
I guess if I were to do it again, I should probably do it like on a note in my phone or something, so I can type a lot quicker, more comfortably. Although also part of why I stopped is because a lot of my dreams have just been very depressing for a long time.
Fair.
It's like, I don't want to make a note of that.
We can just not think about that one. I don't think
I
anyone
just,
really needs your EXP, so let's do this.
So in order to like send that link in the YouTube chat, I had to open up YouTube, and on my front page, the first video is Hollow Knight Silk Song, coming this year, Xbox Game Pass reveal trailer. It came out 2 years ago.
It's definitely
Some
coming.
things
Trust.
never change.
All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, S tier Corin Niles.
Well, so the best part about O'Doyle is that it's not S tier Corin. That's female Corin specifically, because O'Doyle penalized male Corin for depriving you of early Jacob.
Counterpoint, I don't want Jacob early, because I don't like
I love
him.
the didn't recruit section.
I love my favorite thing about that is Fuga in the didn't recruit section when it's a conquest tier list.
No,
That was my idea. That was one of my. I know that Fuga was my idea. Like that was. I don't remember everything for like who was what, but I remember Fuga was me, and I'm really proud of that one.
Isn't it because of that like multi-game Fire Emblem tier list thing has like the neutral route characters, including Fuga?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can count on you.
It's
Much better. I appreciate
Charlotte
your
Nate
efforts.
here.
Yeah, purely for being a Xander backpack because he
Yeah, of
needs the
course.
speed. But then I penalized other people because I don't really value backpacks.
Leo in C tier. Oh, this is.
I think
Oh,
I love.
Look
By
through
the
the
way-
comments because I talk about Nyx being the best Nas tank.
Yeah, I love Odin and Nyx in the same tier, but both above Leo. That's my little thing.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
I love B tier Siegbert.
Crown Prince of
How could you not
Pyrenees.
do the ring polishing minigame? It's like the
I'm
best part of the
Micaiah.
game.
Let's make this match
I-
a good one.
I think my favorite bit is a combination of, so Kana was in C tier, right, which is way too high, and then someone said that Kana placement is crazy. So I replied, I replied pretending that I thought that I had rated Kana too low, and I was like, yeah, I know that objectively Kana's probably a lot better because they're just a second Corrin, and Corrin's the best unit in the game. But I've always just gotten really stat screwed Kana. I'm sorry, I was letting my bias affect her. Objectively, she's definitely better than that. Oh, right. Someone replied bait used to be believable, but then, because of how toxic I was in the comments, that same person engaged in a 20 post long discussion about Ophelia versus Leo.
Incredible.
Oh, the Ophelia versus Leo discussion was so funny.
Oh my god.
Because
The
like,
worst part about the Ophelia versus Leo is, so for the thing I hate the most is I downvoted every comment I have, and most of them are karma positive. So like people agreed. But Ophelia versus Leo was so frustrating because the people arguing for Leo over Ophelia were making like the dumbest arguments, even though I think Leo is better than Ophelia. I was like, I need to like actually respond as to why you're wrong, but I also can't make it obvious that I know what I'm talking about because I'm supposed to be an idiot.
I agree with you, but you are arguing for this in the worst possible way.
Well, so it was like, there was one that was like just objectively untrue. It was like, Leo's availability is better than Ophelia's, no matter what pairings you do. And I was like, that's just not true.
Yeah.
Like, not only is that not true, but if you want to use Leo, recruiting Ophelia early helps because then he can use the horse spirit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessary. Like horse spirit
you
Leo
have
in the
a hammer.
ninja cave, right?
Oh, Anna, you poor girl.
She tried to use a hammer versus Yunaka. She was taking after Vander last round.
Well, not just horse spirit, but like Calamity Gate in the ninja cave.
My favorite anti-Ophelia argument is Ophelia is slow. Meanwhile, like a 16-1 Ophelia is faster than Leo.
Yeah, but people also say Leo is slow.
Well, yeah, true.
I'm giving Yunaka an EXP, not Vander, because Vander's perfect just as he is. Like, you don't need to improve on this.
Right. Okay. This is my most like fucking toxic. Here's a tip: if you think early Ophelia has bad stats, you should try giving her Elise as a parent. I know some people think it's hard because healers don't build support fast enough, but she can heart seal to Wyvern, parentheses, it sounds like a meme, but it's actually good, and build support faster like that. With Elise's high magic and access to Vantage and Nosferatu, she doesn't really need much speed, especially since she can't double anyway. I've found that most Emil or Tonic is needed to stop her from getting doubled, which is generally true of Leo too, but he can't use Nosferatu without one of your limited heart seals. Elise can also pass down Lunge for some really neat tricks, but that's probably a little bit too complicated for you if you think Ophelia's speed is an issue. And then they replied, here's a tip if you think Ophelia has bad stats. Right. They said, like, you're just quoting Zoran videos, right? Which my character was. My character watched, like, 2 Zoran videos in a single tier list and was like, I'm a Fates expert now. But then my character was like, I don't usually watch YouTubers because I find they don't know what they're talking about.
Incredible.
Amazing.
While at the same time, I pulled up a Zoran video so I could say some things word for word in how Zoran phrases it. I quoted Zoran word for word, uncited, because this person does not cite YouTubers because they don't know what they're talking about. And then I was like, I don't watch YouTubers.
I think one of my favorite ones is when you said is when Keaton you put Keaton in like E tier or something.
Oh, right,
And you were
'cause he's
like-
one range locked.
Yeah, you were like, he's one range locked, so he can't enemy phase, which is bad because Conquest is a player phase game. I believe was the argument you made.
Because it's a player piece. God. Also, yeah, let's check out the sidecar. Like the sidebar. The
Oh, right,
channel.
someone said... Oh, I saw that, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Someone said, like... All right, there was a pro Benny person, arguing, like, I put Benny too low. And I said, you're probably right. I just really value availability. He's not there for Chapter 10, which is the hardest map in the game. Meanwhile, my S tier, Ophelia, Xander. My A tier, Sophie, Charlotte, Percy, all these characters who also aren't there in Chapter 10.
Yeah. Amazing. This is for Anna.
Yeah, to make the Anna training training arc a little easier, we're gonna forge up Iron Axe.
Selena does not have good availability. Laszlo and Perry are the only unpromoted units to join after her. That's not true, by the way. And I put them all low. I guess I have to try out Wyvern, but I did Skyknight a few times, which is also flying, and she really stuck in it. No strength or magic for staffing. I don't count being a mother, but she does help a lot of the slower units. She would probably go up a whole tier if I counted her as a mother. And then someone replied saying, like, how does Selena not have good availability? She joins in the 4th chapter of the route. And I go, I always forget Keaton can promote. He makes me think of the Lagoons who don't. Fair enough. My mistake. Nobody's perfect. They listed like 3 units. Right. Betty, Charlotte, and... they said like, it's not even correct that this last 2 unpromoted units. Benny and Charlotte both join in 13, and Keaton joins in 14. They didn't even mention Kaze, who's also unpromoted.
I was gonna say, Kaze...
But like, yeah, they did bring up that I was like objectively wrong about only Laszlo and Perry being unpromoted units that join after Selena. But they listed 3 units, and the only one I acknowledged was Keaton. Because I had an excuse, which was the Lagoons.
What was I gonna say?
I do not think, therefore I do not am.
Yeah. Did you promote Alfred?
So I forgot. I forgot Alfred is not a cavalier.
Yeah, he's an Ymir.
Yeah, you need to spend a Master Seal and a Second Seal.
Which means I have to Second Seal him into Doggo. I forgot I can't just promote him directly into Wolf Knight.
So you're promoting somebody else instead?
I'll probably still promote him, but I got really upset that I couldn't promote him into Doggo. Because I forgot that he's...
OP, your
he's
rankings are all over the place. Well, yeah, different units are going to be ranked in different places.
That's good. That's good.
We're gonna need so many gosh dang second seals.
Yeah.
Isn't Selena one of the best mothers though? She's a pretty good mom, yeah.
Don't we
It's
need
just
to get there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can technically like do a loop around the entire map with Chloé to get there. Or does it have to be Chloé, or is it? I don't know. You can technically walk, but it takes an eternity.
Oh my god, that's gonna take so long.
Fortunately, there is like a
You can warp,
there's a
though.
warp staff on this map.
There's a warp staff, a rescue staff, and a rewarp staff on this map.
Oh, there's like
Yeah.
a rewarp right here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the chests have a warp and rescue in them.
Neat. I will just.
and
rewarp
thankfully
them
they're
with
not
that.
A ranked, so you can have like Fram or whoever
Fram
use
do
it.
Oh gosh. We don't know.
Well, your Micaiah user cannot use warp and rescue, just rewarp. But From and John can use warp and rescue, I think.
So all of these units are a part of the squad. I want for like staffing.
We have too many early game units. Everyone wanted their early game Skrunklies to be picked.
Gosh, like I feel like Vander's the correct choice.
No, Boosteranus.
Yeah, booster run definitely.
But like, think about like.
I mean,
bow
ETA is
versus
actually
the
probably pretty handy
flyers.
for bows.
ETAs, yeah.
Like, think about it. Forged longbow.
Is Alcryst part of the team?
Yes.
Yes.
He joins next chapter. I guess we could do that first.
You could do Alcryst. I like using Alcryst on this map, personally.
That does sound like a good idea.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Is he... I should probably just check the description. I was gonna ask if he's, like, doing a Luna build or not.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's doing.
It's his personal class with Tiki.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then he could promote here. He could kill Tiki so they can bond with each other through murder.
I guess the plan was just so I could have like a bond ring on all my long-term, or to have an emblem ring on all my long-term units. But
Up to you. I wasn't trying to. Sorry, I'm not trying to backseat.
I appreciate the ideas.
I am.
You
let's
should.
see.
Oh, you know what though? If you do the Alfred map, or if you do the Alcryst map next, right?
Uh-huh.
So this map has a gimmick where there's a thief on a terrain tile. Next map is going to teach you how to deal with enemies on terrain tiles.
True. Look at that 90 avoid. I don't have a smash weapon to deal with that.
Plus 60 because the fucking covert bonus. That's so evil. But like, it's not actually that evil because Surge is buyable at this point in the game.
You could have Surge, yeah.
Like that's what I did. Surge, or even just a mystical unit, ignoring the terrain bonuses. Or like use an engage attack turn 1, then there's no accuracy. Like there's a lot of answers. It seems really evil, but there's a lot of answers. That thief is. I think that thief is a better tutorial than the fucking Smash tutorial.
Because you three have your rings glued to you. You three have like your rings, and then you're just kind of like taped to Yunaka's finger for Mercurius, and then you're just gonna hold on to like the last one so you can build SP while you're training arcing. So I guess that leaves Alfred without a ring, but he's the highest level out of anyone, so like he's gonna be getting the least amount of EXP, so he'll be fine with just a bond ring.
Ooh, got Celica. Didn't Alfred get Celica? No.
I think
Celica.
I think Rosado
You
ended
put
up
Celica
on.
like
I think Rosado.
yes.
Rosado. That's right.
I think it's because Louis and Rosado ended up without rings.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was like, oh, like Louis. Like I thought about like rolling for it, but Rosado's gonna be in the a martial master as well, so it was like, please give him magic, give him Celica.
I just noticed something awesome. Since we're having Rosado inherit Gentility, that means we can have Yunaka with Eirika switch to Bravery and give both our martial masters plus true damage.
Hey Jacob.
Yeah.
Do you want me to absolutely fucking ruin your day?
Uh-oh.
So I know you're like doing the rings because you're worried about SP management to get all the skills and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
You can actually get novice books and adepts books. You just need to do Tempest Trials.
Oh boy, the Tempest Trials.
Yeah, so starting on floor 41,
good lord.
You get 1 novice and 2 adept per floor.
I refuse to.
But it goes up. But it goes up. Oh wait, it might not be 1. It might be 1% chance.
I refuse to do Tempest Trials on principle alone, because that's what they're called in Heroes. You can do Tempest Trials in Heroes.
Yeah, it's specifically mystical units that it's not tomes that do that. Like a mage knight with a tome is not going to ignore terrain.
Yeah, mage knight with the tome won't do it, and people with like Celica and Micaiah, who are not mystical, also won't do it.
I guess the other question is, I also
like
have
if you
this
give
now.
Anna thing.
We won't get much XP out of it, but we could.
Yeah, I mean, like Anna could benefit from it at the very least. I think if I put it off any longer, plus I kind of want the Surge Tome out of it.
Yeah. Do you donate to any of the Actually, I haven't even gotten to Brodia yet.
Yeah, I didn't donate to Ferne because it seems like a waste, so I didn't.
Yeah, it looks like not 1%. It is literally on floor 41 you get 1 novice, 2 adept. Floor 42 you get 2 of each. Floor 43 you get 3 novice, 2 adept. You always get 2 adept from 41 onwards, and then you get a novice per floor above 40. So like 50 gives you 10, and it caps at 50 for each place. So anyway, that's how we can afford the skills people have made for their PMU.
I do have, since I had the DLC installed, I do have some adept books or some skill manuals. So the plan is to
choose wisely.
Yeah, the plan is to like get to chapter 10, and if there's anyone that needs like skills off of those rings within reason, I'm gonna try to use some of the books to like get some of those.
You can also use the Ancient Well from chapter, like once you beat the Alcryst map, you can use the Ancient Well to get books. You can throw like Klon's Meal in there.
Yeah, like Ray mentioned, I think it is pretty worthwhile to donate at least like 1 tier to each location just to double the ores you get.
Yeah, and 2 tiers to Brodia like triples it or something, right? Like Brodia is the
really
big
low.
one.
Yeah,
you're like really low on iron ore right now.
Yeah, Brody is a really good shout to donate to. The really bad one to donate to is Illusia.
Me looking for the maps.
Yeah, because Illusia is back to back, so you don't actually play any maps after donating, right? Until very late. Is the boat that Linden's on considered Illusia, or is that Firene, or is that none?
I want to say it's Illusia.
Musically, it's Illusia because it plays like Faraway Holy Kingdom.
Because there's the Linden boat, and then there's Gregory in the Fog, or not Gregory, Evil Gregory, what's his name? I want to say Gawain, but that's Ike's dad.
Yeah.
Grease.
Gregory.
Thank you. So many G names. But it's Gris in the Fog, and then you leave Illusia again, right? And one of the paralogs, is it the Eirika paralogs in Illusia?
I feel like 1 or 2 of them are.
I think the Micaiah one I think is snowy.
The Micaiah one is Illusia because it's 313.
I know the Ike one is Brodia because he's like big tough warrior.
Oh, also,
what is actually? I didn't think about this until now, but I actually think the locations of each paralog, like fucking everyone who says, I've seen this narrative that Engage does not have like any care for the series, and I'm just like baffled by it because like things like putting Arena Ferox and Ike's map in the Nation of Warriors, meanwhile putting like Lyn in the Nation of like Flowers and Fields and shit.
No, there's a lot of attention to detail and care. Like, I don't know. It feels very much like a.
She needs a hand axe.
There we go.
I got my issues with Engage, but I will never say that it's not like. Oh wait! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
Uh-oh.
I just banned someone by accident. Okay, I think I got it. I unbanned. Sorry, okay, you're unbanned. I'm sorry.
Wait, in the chat, or?
Yeah, I was trying to scroll down to present to see what people were saying, and I accidentally banned Cryptid when I clicked, but there was an undo button, so you're unbanned. I'm so sorry. All your messages just got deleted, though, because of the 2-second ban. I'm so sorry. I swear, I was just clicking. There's like the button at the bottom. There's not the button. The's a button that's like an arrow pointing down. That's like scroll to present, right?
Scroll to the bottom.
And I clicked that, and then it was like user hidden, and I'm like, what? No, I wanted to scroll to present. I don't think this is even my fault that I like, because I thought maybe it's my fault because I'm high, but I don't think it's my fault because I'm high. I think it's. I think it's literally just YouTube sucking.
I forgot we only get 7 units for this, but I feel like that's just enough. We get all of our goobers plus from. She's an honorary goober for a moment.
Danny banned me for my support of Sophie. What is the shortest length I can put a user in timeout?
Danny, this is not.
Ray Artemi has been timed
anything.
out for 10 seconds. Abuse of power.
This is.
Here we go. This will be perfect. I have a flawless strategy.
Me when I accidentally abuse my power and then deliberately abuse my power.
You gotta keep them guessing.
They'll never see it coming.
The power abuse mix-up.
There are so many.
Sean, Fire
Do you know
Emblem.
how to recruit Sean?
You have to beat the game 3 times, right? And then kill all the green units.
You have to make an
you have
essay. You have to make a video essay
This isn't
titled
so bad.
"How 3 Houses Fails Where Engage Succeeds."
Oh god, here we go.
Do you mean the other way around?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
gotcha. Oh, I see the joke. Okay.
What you got?
No, those essays are made just by haters. To be clear, like I want to be clear, like you're allowed to not like engage, and you're allowed to like 3 houses, more
No, you're not.
or less.
It always
I
surprises
just think that there's like so much forced hate around. It's always interesting, like what games get so much forced hate around them.
some people just can't appreciate how epic this game is.
Any customers?
It's epic until I don't like it.
Remember?
I've never
Remember
heard her.
when
I
everyone
haven't really heard
hated-
her voice lines before. I haven't really heard Anna's voice lines before. She really does sound like a gremlin.
She is
Yeah,
such a
she
great
does.
wonderful.
I'm ready.
What were you saying, Luna?
I was saying,
If you
remember when
don't like
everyone hated
engage-
Gen 5 of Pokemon? And
Well,
now
the new
it-
now. Oh, what?
I was just gonna say, like, now everyone, almost like so many people love Gen 5, but like it used to be like the thing to hate on when it was out.
I was gonna say, I feel like the Gen 8 hate is pretty forced.
Who knows?
I really don't like it.
I thought it was alright. It like, so here's my thing with Gen 8. I feel like the expectations of it were high because it
Bullets.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So
Yeah.
it's like there was a very much an expectation there. And then it was just like an alright Pokemon game.
That's my thing, is I feel like it's sort of the definition of mid. Like X and Y and Sword and Shield are the 2 Pokemon games that I would be like, they sure do exist, and they sure do be Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that as like a super positive or super negative thing, right? Like they exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I see so much like vitriol towards Sword and Shield. And I think it's definitely gotten like more extreme since Scarlet and Violet came out because of the state that game released in,
Oh yeah.
and how it's like become now Sword and Shield represents modern Pokemon games, like conceptually together, right?
Silver
Right.
axe.
Something about little gremlin Anna using a silver axe is really funny to me.
She's gonna make it. I trust.
I think that the silver axes you get from DLC, or the silver weapons you get from DLC are so funny. Turn wheel.
I'm an Echoes player. I always turn wheel my misses.
Oh, well, you did it wrong. You should have rewound through Houses Unite, because that does burn an RN. It burns 3, actually.
It's actually a good point.
See, I could have done that.
And then you're going to.
I have plenty of turn wheel uses. I'm not gonna run out.
That's how
See,
I
I
approach
could've
these
done
maps,
that.
too.
Woo!
Come again.
Yippee!
Look at her go.
I love this girl.
Gen 5 hate is a fake problem. I've never seen anyone who dislikes Gen 5. When it came out, it was real. When it came out,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like nobody
Like, nowadays-
anymore. Nowadays, I think people recognize. Gen 5 is my favorite gen, but when it
Me
came
too.
out, the criticisms were, it was another Dexit. Every fucking 2 generations, there's a new Dexit. Like what people describe
Yeah.
Dexit as. because there's no old Pokemon in Black and White. So that was the first controversy. And then when Black and White 2 got announced, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. This is going to sound like I'm making this up, but I'm not making it up. If you were there, you fucking remember. People were mad that they made Black and White 2 instead of, like, Gray or some other third version, because the third versions were always the best version, and now there's not going to be a definitive version of Black and White. And, like, nowadays, everyone is clamoring for, like, give us a true sequel. But nobody bought Black and White 2 because it wasn't Gray version.
It wasn't the Emerald.
Even though a
version.
sequel is way fucking better than a third version.
Well, it's because fucking Pokemon fans have been gaslit by Game Freak that buying the same game 3 times is actually based.
See, that's okay, yeah. So that's the problem that I have is like, remember when Sun and Moon came out? And then immediately after, everyone was like, oh man, I hope they go back to doing gyms again. And I'm like, they changed one thing about the formula one time, and you already want them to go back to doing the same thing?
Yeah.
I remember Miiverse was
and
ablaze.
when Gen 8 came out, they complained that it was gyms again because, oh, so unoriginal.
I remember scrolling Miiverse through, like, the Pokemon Sun and Moon communities, and people were furious that there were no gyms. People were so upset that they took away the gym formula and how unplayable the game was because of it. It's incredible.
There's still people mad. There's still people mad that, like, Steel doesn't resist Dark anymore.
Lol. Why did Steel ever resist Dark?
I can actually answer that. I can actually answer that as a Gen 1er.
Yeah.
So, the Dark moves in Gen 2 were stuff like Bite and Crunch. They were all the sort of things that Steel would actually resist, right? Like, if you tell me this snake is made of steel, I'm gonna bite it, I'll say your teeth are gonna break. So, when Dark was first introduced, all of its moves were things that just logically would be resisted by Steel. And it was only later that things... they kind of felt like spicy normal moves, you know, like Thief,
Wasn't
Crunch.
Dark also a special... Wasn't Dark also a special type, though?
Yeah, Dark
Yes.
did, because I remember hearing...
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot about Pokemon at the time, but I remember watching people do, like, randomizers, and they would jokingly say, yes, let's magically bite this guy now.
The
Yeah,
easiest
I
way to remember
remember,
is the Evolutions and also Dragon are all special.
Yeah. I think I remember hearing that, like, fucking, like, when Gen 4 came out and did the physical special fit, every pre-existing Dark move became physical, and then they introduced Dark Pulse so that there was a special Dark move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because all the, like, names for the Dark moves, like Bite, Crunch, Feint Attack, it was like, oh, that's like... those are physical.
That's very
moves.
physical.
You're whacking something. You're biting something.
I mean, Bite also, from what I recall, Bite existed in Gen 1, and it was just a normal move.
Yeah, it was just
Yes.
a normal attack.
Well, there's a number of Gen 1 moves that were normal type. Like,
Yeah.
I think...
Gust. Karate
Gust.
Chop, I think.
Yeah,
Karate Chop is cool.
I refuse to believe Gust and Karate Chop were supposed to be normal moves. I don't know. I cannot imagine those were always intended to be normal moves.
I think they were. I think Karate Chop, at the very least, was intended to be normal. Because it was seen as, you know, similar to Tackle. It's just a very basic attack, as opposed to the fighting type moves, which were all sort of like advanced fighting technique. You know, like high jump kick,
Yeah, I can see that.
submission. You know, if you're just like, I'm not trained in anything. I can do a fucking Karate Chop. You know, but I can't do a wrestling submission type attack. I can't do a high jump kick.
But Champ can't
You know?
either, because he keeps missing.
Well, not with no guard.
That's why you have no guard, baby.
I trust in you.
But Champ also
As
can't do
for
it because he's gonna
Gust,
fucking
that's
die before he
probably-
can pull off submission.
True.
So my conspiracy theory about Gust is, at some point in development, the bird type existed, and we know this because there are glitched Pokemon that are bird type. And
Yeah.
so I think Gust was meant to be, like, was flying type, and it was initially programmed as bird type, and then when they got rid of bird type, they set it to normal like as a placeholder and just never unplaceholdered it. Like that's my theory, and I have no evidence to back this up other than it feels like the sort of thing that would be true.
My
Yeah.
sources vibes.
Missing no is bird type, I believe.
My favorite bird.
Well, some missing no are bird type. There's like 17 different missing no's, and they're all shit. And then there's like a couple hundred more glitch Pokemon.
Can we plug the like 1 or 2 big yellow videos about like the Glitchmons in Gen 1 and how they would perform in OU?
I actually just
They're very
rewatched.
cool.
Yes.
I just rewatched both of those.
I just recommended that to my.
They're just awesome.
I just recommended that to my wife because we were watching the Asteroid Videos video where he sent his friends through the Tower of Trials, but not Fire Emblem. Instead, it was fucked up Pokemon shit. And on the Gen 1 floor, they had to fight a full team that was Gen 1 Dragonite with Agility Wrap under Gen 1 rules. So fuck you.
That sounds miserable.
And then Zapdos, but with... Oh, and every Pokemon had multiscale to represent DVs as well.
Oh, shoutouts to Chloé being a perfect Jagan for Anna.
Yo, well, it's
crit.
not perfect. There'll be
Good.
excess damage, and that makes her a bad Jagan, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that 100
Yeah, 19
hit.
excess damage. Fucking bad unit.
I love this gremlin with her giant axe.
I think her hair looks really cute like that.
It really does.
Yeah.
Protected.
Look at her go. I love training this unit. Whee!
The payoff. I love how she didn't get magic, the one
got
thing she's
luck.
fucking famous for. She got
She got
everything but
luck.
magic and res.
Oh, she got luck. You're right. Make a killing.
Oh, luck.
Damn, no make a killing.
Oh, just wait.
We need to make a kit. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna. Okay, actually, I can't promise this will work. Because I can't promise I'll be here for every stream. But I was gonna say I'll make a killing counter. Like keep track of it.
See how much money we make.
I don't know. I'm investing in Lopez coin instead of make a killing bucks.
The fuck is Lopez coin? Oh, is that?
Oh,
wait,
you
that's
haven't
from
played
your
the game,
White
you wouldn't
stream.
know.
I think it's from like
Yeah,
What's
that's from the
what's the
Hagen
joke
White.
with Lopez?
So
What's the joke?
Lopez is a unit with really high speed, and basically everything else is shit. He's a thief,
Yeah.
and he has the personal skill Despoil, but it doesn't work like you would expect.
Okay.
Instead of being like RNG chance or whatever, it's just every time you get a kill, you get a coin that is worth 150 gold.
Oh.
So it's lame. 'cause it's
And
not
then
RNG dependent
his
anymore.
strength growth
Awesome.
and magic growth are really awful. It's like 20%. But the promotion from thief to assassin gives you 6 strength and a skill that makes it so it's basically alacrity at 1 range. Always
Okay.
alacrity. So you always
Nice.
like if you're doubling, you always go twice. Not even like you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to, because alacrity in engage is like 10 or more or something, right?
Yeah.
It's just you double, you always go twice, and you get +2 damage. And also assassins get bows. So he gets bows to deal effective damage to flyers. He can double other people with like Zanbato and Armor Slayer and shit. And suddenly now he's like actually a good combat unit. But I've just been feeding him because I legitimately, since it's guaranteed, you can legitimately just get a lot of money. 150 doesn't sound like a lot, but like you get 3
That's
kills. That's an iron weapon, right?
True.
Well,
Yeah.
2 kills is an iron weapon, honestly, because they're usually like 320 because there's another unit that is bargain.
Yeah.
And the economy's pretty tight. Like everyone in my chat has been saying, like, "Damn, I wish I'd used Lopez because like I'm struggling on money." And I'm like, "Yeah, like the
Yeah.
economy's tight, but I'm able to buy the stuff that I want." I think it's a really cool design space for a character. If you haven't
It's
heard of
basically
it, Hagen White is just really cool game.
it's
something that
basically
I'm telling
just
myself I will play at some point.
it's basically just
Sorry.
like Midori if Midori was like actually good.
You don't
yeah,
understand.
because not only like is it actually deterministic, which I think like makes it better than being RNG based,
Yeah.
but also it's in a game where the economy actually requires, or not requires, but like where that amount of gold is beneficial in a huge way.
No, no great sacrifice.
My Mercurius EXP.
Yunaka.
Yunaka.
Yunaka
We're
here.
saved!
That was like a 6% chance.
I'm glad no one got hurt. I was a little worried there.
That was a possible.
Yunaka, that was a
500 gold.
possible 500.
Did you get the village at
You
least?
can't
I
know
did
what
get-
this means to
I'm very certain I got the village at least.
Yeah, you got the villages.
Okay. I always forget if I've gotten the villages or not. Well, I guess you were the MVP because you enemy face killed the guy. That
Yeah,
was
I guess you're
trying
the
to-
MVP.
Yunaka ending the map like that when you didn't want the map to end reminds me of the most egregious thing in Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Mm.
Are you familiar with the Ash Catherine paralogue?
Vaguely,
Yes.
I played it once.
That's the
So-
one where you're protecting Rhea, right?
Yeah, so
Yes.
it's a defend map. It's like 12 turns defense map. You're protecting Rhea. She's in the middle of the map. It's a Fog of War map, and because it's a defense map, and you can only turn wheel on player phase. Any unit who dies on the last turn, you cannot turn wheel.
Oh.
And it's a Fog of War defense map with incredibly threatening Pegasus reinforcements that show up, even if you're not playing on Lunatic mode with the bullshit, like, ambush spawns. Even on hard mode, they're significantly less threatening because they're not as overtuned stat-wise, but they show up, like, 2 turns before the map ends. It's sort of deviously timed so that they will get to the center of the map, like on the last turn, and attack your units.
Yeah.
So you can just have like, as long as it's not Ash or Catherine who dies because they're game overs, or your Lord or Byleth, but you can just have like, oh yeah, I left Bernadetta at low health to do a Vantage thing or Vengeance thing or whatever.
And
Or
then,
like,
oops.
oh, I was training Mercedes and she's frail. Or Rhea. Yeah, but I mean, Rhea's not a unit in your army. The issue I have is if a unit in your army dies on the last turn, turn wheel exists so that if a unit in your army dies, you can rewind and not have to reset the entire map. But if someone dies on the last turn of that map, due to just you not knowing there's an 8-move flyer in the fog, you have to replay 12 full turns, and it's awful.
Flyers.
Like, at least if Rhea dies, you can just rewind.
Flyers and Fog of War map, my beloved.
I swear to God, Fog of War isn't bad. Intelligence Systems is just allergic to using Fog of War in a way that isn't just, haha, pranked you.
I wholeheartedly agree. I think Fog of War itself is not a bad mechanic. I think Intelligence Systems just does not know what to do with it or how to use it properly.
Specifically in Fire Emblem, because they use it really well in Advance Wars.
Like, it's... one of the biggest sins they commit with it, especially in GBA Emblem, is giving you 3 tiles of Fog Vision by default, which is just not enough.
You say
Really?
especially in GBA Emblem, but that's an FE12 bullshit. FE12 gives you 2 tiles of Fog
It's even
Vision and
worse.
has forged longbows in a Fog of War map. Forged longbows on the other side of walls.
My
Cannot
favorite
see
map in the
the-
game.
You cannot see the forged longbow units, because they're on the other side of the walls where your Fog Vision just literally cannot reach.
Yeah.
And so they're just there to attack you. It's also a map that has siege tomes. But the longbow people are there to attack you and for you not to know where they're attacking from.
And you have like 4 units. That is
I never-
like that was
More than
20,
4
that's
units in
20x.
that map.
That's 20x.
You have like 8 or 9 units in that map. Hold on.
I-
No,
12,
you-
20.
Dude,
I never got to that map. I stopped playing FE12 in like chapter 9.
Depth of
or
the
something.
Abyss.
I think that is my pick for the worst map in the series.
I think it's definitely a good pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7. I said 8 or 9. I was off by 1. You have 7.
Damn.
Which, like, Shadow Dragon and New Mystery usually give you a lot more slots than that, but I think 7's reasonable for such a small map too. Like the only thing that's unreasonable is the longbow guys. Oh right, some of the longbow guys are in rooms you cannot enter. Like they're fully behind walls. Some of them you can eventually maze back around to, but most of them. No, not most of them. There's one in the corner that you literally cannot reach, unless you have to bait him into coming against the wall so you can attack him from 2 range, because the player does not get access to longbows for the entire game. You have no 3 range.
The more I hear about FE12, the less and less I actually want to play it and try to finish it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
boss has bolting.
FE6 has some Fog of War maps where you don't have like 3 tile range. There's actually a couple of fog maps I can think of where you have like 5 or 6 tiles of default range, but then it also has like Wyvern Lord's Long Ballista and status in the fog, which is.
I can only think of 2 maps where it. Am I crazy? Isn't it just Arcadia and that one Ilia map where it's like
3 tiles?
Or not the 3 tile thing, but it's like the having long ballista or like flyers in the fog.
Sakai does that as well. There's 2 Sakai maps that have fog sea stuff.
The Ilia fog.
The indoor one has siege tomes that you cannot reach without warp or your own siege weapons. And then there's an outdoor one. Oh wait, no, the outdoor Sakai one doesn't have ballistas. That was my rebalance where I gave all the nomads ballistas.
I was gonna say the outdoor Sakai one doesn't have that.
Yeah, I was wrong. So it's only 2 per playthrough because there's 1 in Ilia, 1 in Sakai, and then Arcadia.
Yeah.
This merchant is also.
And I don't like the Sakai and Ilia ones, but
I don't
they're like
knives
definitely
much,
not
but
as bad
I'll
as
do my
Arcadia.
best.
Yeah, Arcadia
I'm so
is its
sorry.
own level of
Okay.
bleh.
My throat muscles are spasming.
Jacob, can you make a poll?
Oh, what are we polling?
I don't think Anna knows how to cook.
No.
Oh, and it doesn't. Yeah.
Honorably alien cream croquette.
I have never
You
seen
know what's
that
really funny
before.
is E rank. E rank gives you negative, but you can get like F and G, and those give you 0. Like E rank is worse, even though it's the higher letter.
That's so weird.
But right,
I
can you
remember
make a
first
poll to ask
playthrough.
if people like Arcadia or if they don't, and then we can ban everyone who says they like it.
Sure, we
That's
will
a good
for
idea.
funsies see.
Do you like Arcadia?
'Cause I
And
know
the answers
there's-
are I want to be banned and no.
I know there are some people who do like Arcadia. I'm not one of those people. Arcadia is like one of my least favorite maps in the game.
I think that
I mean, my
the
thing-
Arcadia defense usually assumes that you've either played the map already, or you are willing to pull up a guide during a first playthrough, or potentially later playthroughs, because if you haven't memorized things.
Yeah, most of the time when I see people defend Arcadia, it's like it almost is like under the pretense that you know like where the wyverns are, where the status is, where the treasures are, and stuff like that. But if you're trying to play it like without a guide open, that map is miserable.
I mean,
would
my
also
thing
say
is,
that
like,
having a guide open solves a lot of problems in other shitty maps too. Like the longbow one we talked about. You know where the longbows are if you open that map.
That's like if I tried to
one
defend
survives.
2's bullshit cave design because I've been playing it since I was a kid and I'm just used to it.
I mean, so my thing with Arcadia is like, it's not even. I don't even think that it's like bullshit hard or whatever. Even if you don't have a map, it's just one of those maps where the like typical way to play it, unless you have a guide pulled up, is just really slow and like tedious and boring. Like, you can take Arcadia slowly and be fine, but then it's just really dragged out.
You can only play it so slowly though, because you are on the turn timer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the turn timer is like, what is it? Isn't it 25 turns?
It's like 25 or something.
There's a fucking rebalance that makes it 20, and I have no idea what the logic is there. It cut all the turn timers by 5 or 10 turns.
That's scary.
I feel like 25 turns for Arcadia is like... I don't think I've ever gotten close to the turn timer on that map.
The boss can be pretty sketch.
Yeah, the boss can be really difficult to deal with, from what I remember at least.
Doesn't he have a
Because-
light brand?
It's
He
a
has a
light
light
brand hero, I want to say.
It's a
not a
hero.
That sounds
Swordmaster,
correct.
it's a hero. Light brand hero, but it's more just fast enemy on a throne. On a map with desert movement, so like your optimal boss killers of Rutger and Fear are slowed down quite a bit if you don't rescue them over.
Yeah, we'll rescue them. Well, also
I
you
hope
have
you'll
like
clean it well.
your mages,
That
right?
looks so
Like
much better. Thank you.
maybe that's just me because I always train a mage, but
Yeah, I mean, Lou and Lolina
They're
are
kind
pretty
of
good
like
boss killers too, but
they're kind of your
Thrones-
best option.
how much res do Thrones give?
Like new.
The gate
Or no, it's a
doesn't give
gate.
any.
It's a gate. It doesn't give any, right?
Be thorough now.
So a mage is kind of
Yay,
like
quick work
your
of that.
one answer if you trained up in Guiding Ringed one of the mages.
Wait, what? The bond between the three
No
houses
need to
lords is
hold
separate?
back.
No.
Or is it
it's
just you can
I
choose who
appreciate
pops
your
up?
efforts.
You can just choose who.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
choose who pops up. The funny thing is, you can choose for the arena and for the, like, rubbing the rings. But in terms of, the support conversations, they each have fixed people they talk to.
It's a good thing they put development time behind, like, making sure all three of these can have their own separate, like, interactions with the ring thing, but they couldn't be bothered to give Ephraim a line of dialogue outside of, like, leave it to me, and, like, give him an actual reason for them to call the ring, like, the twin as their ring.
I mean, you can fight him in the arena.
You can?
You can?
I think so.
I don't think I've ever
Wait,
seen
I've
I
that.
think
never
he
in the
shows up
arena?
arena.
wait, who?
I've never
Ephraim?
heard of this before.
Ephraim. Maybe maybe I've just seen data mining videos of him fighting in the arena, and I've like gaslammed myself.
I was gonna say I
Just
don't
leave it
think
to
I've
me when
ever
you do
seen.
the engage attack.
I know, like, I know he has, like, a weapon with stats, because that's what he whacks the enemy with during Twin Strikes. Like,
Yeah,
like
he
you
is
can find,
Raging
like,
Leaf.
you can find the data for, like, Regent Leaf for... Yeah.
Isn't it Siegmund?
I can't remember if it's Regent Leaf or Siegmund, it's one of those two.
I'm pretty sure it's Siegmund.
Okay, Randy has 7 res and 19 speed on a high roll and hard mode.
How much HP does he have?
49 on a high roll.
Yikes.
Low roll is 46 HP, 17 speed, and 5 res. I feel like, so at 19 speed, he's doubling Lolina. Lou might double him, but honestly,
Well,
I think
so the
that's a
thing
hard ask.
Well, no, I mean the thing is defensively you don't care because he has a light brand, so like
Mm-hmm.
he's never one rounding you. I don't think that like I'm not saying that he's like oh he's free or whatever. Just that like I feel like I've never had a particular problem with him compared to any other like 8 boss, I guess.
I feel like I have. My most recent playthrough, I trained both Lolina and Lou, because I wanted to prove that, like... I wanted to prove that Lolina's, like, not just, oh, only if you don't train Lou, or only if your Lou turns out poorly.
It's funny you mentioned, like, Lolina gets double in, but, like, there's a good chance Lou's not doubling, because Lou's not that much faster than Lolina, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
My mind
Well,
was
so,
blown.
to double a 19 speed enemy, you need 23 speed.
Yeah, and there's just no
Which
way
Lou
he's
is also
hitting
not
that.
in the game.
Because, my mind was blown whenever someone pointed out to me at one point that Lou and Lolina, like, in a 0% plus promotion, have the exact same magic and speed at, like, 1-1. So it all comes down to their growth rates, and Lou only has, like, 15% more speed than her. Whereas she has, like, 35% more magic or something.
It turns out when you have the same base, a 15% growth difference is not that much.
because she has
Yeah,
the
it's
higher.
15 points over the course of 15 levels, right?
Because she has like
What?
the magic base lead, and he has
That's
the
not how
speed
that
base
works.
lead. But they have like inverted.
I've got my
promo
eye on
leads.
all of you.
Oh my goodness! Thank
Oh.
you. Oh my gosh! I have too much stuff covering up the stream. I can't see it. Wait, let's see. How's Chloé Micaiah going, by the way? She is going awesome. By the way, I was able to do some great sacrificing with her in the Anna Paralog. I got 2 great sacrifices off, but then Yunaka killed the boss of the John Paralog on enemy phase, so I couldn't great sacrifice that turn. So, oh well, we'll still make it happen. But thank you. Always happy to get the donation like that. That's very sweet.
Krypton, is that assuming that you're promoting at level 20? Like, I don't. What is that?
Wait, yeah, what do you mean?
Oh.
8 Lilina has 8 and Lou has 15. What is what?
Get this out of my way.
I don't get it.
Oh, I think it's just like an exaggeration of how slow Lilina is. Because, like, unit can't get speed. My Lilina was that slow, because I gave Lilina, like, 10 level ups, and she didn't level a single time, so she got doubled by an archer and freaking died. And I will not...
There's only 1 point of con difference between Lou and Lilina. Or actually, it might be the same. Hold on.
So, the con difference is kind of irrelevant, because I think after promo, both of them don't lose any speed from anything outside of, like, 4 Blaze and Bolting. Like, Elfire weighs, like, 3.
No, they
if
both
you're
have...
using Fort Blaze, you're probably killing anyway, because you're probably attacking me, Nikita, or Wyvern.
No, there's no con difference between them.
Oh, wow.
That's
They both have 4 before promotion and 5 after promotion. And then
What if
Hugh
Lilina
is
goes
like the
Mage
one
Knight,
with...
though?
Mates
Does
Knight
that change
Lilina.
things?
Yeah,
And
Lilina had
like,
4
one
speed
with
when she
big
died. It
con.
was tragic.
okay, at level 10. Lilina has 7 speed, and Lou has 10.
But I think...
What?
But once you promote him, I want to say, like, female sage gives, like, 3 speed, whereas male mage gives 3 magic.
What if Lilina
Hold
doesn't
on.
get her hard mode con bonuses? Does that
She'll
change
never
Oh
things?
my god.
recover. The
Imagine-
Milady hard mode con bonus.
No, doesn't Fire weigh 1?
Yeah, Fireway's 1.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
so female
Yeah,
sage
say the
just gives,
issue,
like...
say the issue wasn't that she got way down; it's the fact that she didn't level speed.
So,
Yeah, so female sage just has better promo gains than male sage. Because, let's see here. Yeah, male sage gives 1 more HP and 1 more magic, but female sage gives 1 more skill, 2 more speed. Yeah. So she gets 2 more speed on promotion than Lou does.
chat, can I trust y'all? We're in a safe space now, right?
Unless talk. Oh, I guess was she holding a hat?
No,
What's up?
so it's not that she was getting weighed down. I just did the math wrong. I saw an archer with a steel bow, and so he lost 2 speed. The archer had 10 speed, and in my head, I did 10 minus 2 was 6, so she doesn't get doubled.
What's up, Danny?
That was just me having a skill issue.
So this is like a safe stream, right? I can bare my soul. I can confess something that I have yet to confess to another human being.
I was going to say yes,
Oh,
but
dear.
now the
This
answer is depends.
We'll keep this between just the 4 of us streamers and the 14 watchers. This doesn't need to go anywhere else. So, who
Danny,
here
I
has
feel
watched
like this is-
the Fire Emblem 6 Wheel of Death?
Greetings, Divine One.
I watched a little
Who
bit
here's
of it.
watched Fire Emblem?
I watched some of it.
Do you remember
I watched some of it.
when the Fire Emblem, the Pitfalls wiki had hard mode con bonuses?
It was beautiful.
I remember you talking about this. Yeah.
Do you want to know who added them?
It was you.
The game was rigged from the start. I remember we
But
tampered
Danny,
with
you
that.
shat on the wiki for having fucking hard con bonuses. You're the one who
Because
did.
no one got it! Because no one got it! Because I
That's
added them
awesome.
on the first fucking episode! And weeks later, it was still there! That's why I shit on it!
Also, we're not
Very
ruining
good.
Insane,
we're
dude.
not ruining her slippers. This is just what I look like whenever I wear socks. This is just how I walk around, like on hard floor. whenever I'm wearing socks.
You have red and blue
Um,
hair,
Sadly, no.
but only when you wear socks.
I mean, I
Magical
also like slipping around.
Transforming socks.
new D&D magic
Also,
item, the socks of red and blue hair.
Yeah.
Wait,
Also,
I added some
say
crap about Trevant. There was some garbo about his unrequited love for Ethlin on his page for years.
Oh my
Good.
god.
I think that people probably know that I'm the one who edited the Hicks wiki to just be the Wikipedia entry for Walter White.
Oh, I do remember that happening.
I referred to him as Hicksenberg, but otherwise it was literally
I'll be
just
here.
Walter White, but replacing. Oh wait, no. I did add my own paragraph about how like because Murphy died or something, but it was mostly just the Walter White Wikipedia entry, but with Hicksenberg and Hicks.
Also, say it wouldn't have been Lilina getting weighed down by thunder because Anima Magic's actually so light in FE6 that even Elfire doesn't weigh down Lou or Lilina before promotion.
Before promotion.
Incredible.
Yeah, Elfire
It's
weighs
4
like 30,
weight.
or weighs 4, yeah.
Divine one.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Anima tomes like weigh nothing in FE6. It's kind of incredible.
And that's why, that also is
Dark
my
Tomes
favorite.
too.
Yeah, Dark
Dark
Tomes
Tomes are also pretty light.
Yeah, they're pretty light. Nas has like a little bit of meat on it, but it's only like 6 or 7 or something.
No, Lilina
Lilina
has
has
a
4
4. Yeah, Lilina has 4 con at base.
Nino has 3 though, I think. That might be what you're thinking.
Oh,
of.
God.
I think Nino has 3 at base.
Okay, I found it. Hicks is commonly considered one of the deepest and most complex characters in Thracia 776, with his love for Murphy being a primary driving factor in the one reason he joins Leif's army, but also a great source of guilt for him as he worries about what Murphy would think if he died due to the violent nature of this work. If you access the options chapter 13X by having Hicks kill 25 enemies with a flame sword, a messenger reveals that the real danger was what left behind, as Murphy died of a gas leak, something which only happened due to Hicks's absence. Parentheses, Hicks has a superpower to sense and stop all gas leaks within 30 miles. This causes the death of his son and alters his character portrait to look sadder. Hicks becomes increasingly ruthless and unsympathetic as the story progresses. As series creator Sozukaga wanted to turn him from Mr. Chips into Scarface, he adopts the alias Hicksenberg, which becomes recognizable as a kingpin figure in the South Thracian drug trade. So it's not just the Walter White Wikipedia article, but those last 3 sentences are.
Looking good.
Because Mr. Chips into Scarface is famously what Vince Gilligan said he wanted to do for Walter White. It's the fucking,
Great job.
the snappy quote if you want to describe Breaking Bad and sound like a twat, because Breaking Bad is so much more than that.
Let's do this again sometime.
What about Fixing Good? Have you seen Fixing Good?
No.
Yeah,
You should try it. It's really bad.
Yeah, so I probably should do the push-ups one because it gives you like the strength boost, but the push-ups one is my least favorite one to play, so I never do it. I usually just do like the rhythm game one.
I think we'll be fine.
My favorite mod is the one that instantly ends the mini games.
It's very funny.
Oh, I also can instantly end the minigames. Hold on. Let me show it off.
Yeah, but it instantly ends with success, I meant.
Oh. Well,
It says
there's the
S++
joke.
or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's really funny. It's like Alir starts to do one push-up and it says success.
I was just gonna sit there and let
And
the
then the
game fail.
victory screen is like 0 push-ups, SSS.
So you think we're all done for the night, Jacob?
I think so. I'm just kind of running around letting the final thoughts trickle out, but I'm pretty much finished up for now. So next time, maybe I will do the Alcryst map next, because using Alcryst on the flying dragons will actually be really useful.
How many Tempest Trials are you gonna do in between this stream and next stream?
0.
Fuck.
Oh, I guess I can do the arena rounds real quick. I can do the arenas.
Shut up, Frem.
You should get +2 speed for sprinting in the Somnial. If you run around so many minutes while sprinting in the Somnial, you get +2 speed.
There's an LTC
Yeah, you gotta get in
strategy
your
that
steps
involves
for the
leaving
day
your
on
game
your
on for 2
playthrough.
weeks. Because technically optimal to get all the fucking SP shit for achievements.
Who should we give her? We'll give her.
That's such good game design.
Also, if you score a critical hit, you should spend all 10 Divine Pulses so you get 10 score critical hit achievements.
Now that's how you play the game.
That
Because it
No, that's
counts each
strategy.
one separately.
Oh,
It counts each... Like, if you Divine Pulse, it adds towards the achievements. They're so...
Mysterious
It's so
merchant.
dumb.
the child.
Jean isn't here, so we have to beat up on another child.
Oh, hey, it gave her the Anna axe. That's
I'm pretty sure it saves that stuff even if you like reset the map, right?
Yeah, so like for example, I've
Yep.
seen that you can like deploy Louis and then like keep resetting the map 5 times, and you'll get the achievement that's like, oh, deploy Louis 5 times.
Did you just get that for all the
Awesome.
units?
She would have wanted if she had
There's
IMAX too.
a normal... So there's an LTC... I've plugged a couple of Engage LTCs, actually, I feel like, the last time I was here, too. But there's a really funny one that came out, like, a week after the game came out, and it was called, like, normal mode, displayed turn count. And why it said displayed turn count is it only counted the turns that were displayed in the end credits. So, the first, like, cheeky thing about that is skirmishes don't get displayed on end credits. So you can
Uh-oh.
grind everyone up in
I'm
skirmishes.
Micaiah.
But that's
Let's
not...
This match a good
That's
one.
not what they did to grind people up. Because in normal mode, when you game over, you have the option to
Oh,
retain experience. So Alfred and Vander grind in Chapter 1 until they're at the point where they 1 round and take 0 damage from every enemy and therefore cannot gain any more experience.
I actually remember hearing about this now.
It's like the entire game is beaten in like 30 turns or something stupid. And I think the most hilarious thing about that is the anything goes I have to... Okay, let me see if I can find the numbers. Because the anything goes LTC, the one that doesn't do that but does use like rigging,
Understood.
is only like 1 or 2 turns shorter, I want to say. Let me see if I can find these two.
Yeah,
and
the
get
anything
exact
goes
numbers.
LTC is also very cool.
Okay, so the anything goes engage matting DLC is 47 turns long.
Display
Um,
turns. Fine, no, I don't want to look at the well. I don't want to do that. You can't make me go to the well. Let's go pick up this thing. Wow, rare fruit.
I can't find it. It's
Upsetting.
It's showing me all these fucking driving tutorials. After watching
What?
this video, you will also drive a manual transmission car, hashtag driving, hashtag tip. How does that have anything to do with my search results?
What will O'Doyle have to say about this?
I remember having to drive a manual road
O'Doyle would
standard
say that
once
you
or
don't need
twice.
to learn how to drive a car because pair up can solve all your movement issues.
Pairing to your friend's car. I think that's everything that I need to get done for the rest of the stream. What was that? We did like 3 maps? Because we did the Yunaka map, the Jean map, and the Anna map.
Well, we only did 1 map because Jean's map's the only one that counts because you get Jean in it.
The only real map.
Yeah. I'm glad
I love
I'm glad you're
Sami-
finally starting to see things my way, Danny.
I
I
love
don't see
Sami
things
doing
your
circles
way.
with you.
You like to poop on your own carpet, so I would never see things that way.
Now, Danny. Now, Danny, it's not good to project. It doesn't help
Projectile
anybody.
diarrhea?
Yes, Danny, it's not good to projectile diarrhea onto my carpet.
What are we fucking talking about?
I'm not sure.
Danny's shitting on my carpet.
That's not true.
You
Robin's
two
being
have been
weird.
exposed to this joke. Come on.
Robin's being weird.
I think I'll be seeing everyone later at
At the
some
Super
point.
Bowl.
Thank you everyone for sticking around and for joining. Thank you, you three, for joining along.
Yeah. Hope you'll enjoy.
And I will
Bye-bye.
see all of you around.
Subscribe.
All right, yeah, press that button that makes it
Subscribe.
go wee. It makes the confetti and
Smash
stuff
the
show up.
fuck out of that subscribble button.
Be careful not to smash it too hard. You'll break your computer screen. Use the mouse, not your fist.
It'll shove your monitor back as a reference to Smash weapons.
And
See ya, everyone.
you'll. Bye.